Alright, we are live.
Welcome, everyone, to Season 1, Session 12 of our GURPS Monster Hunters game, which will also be the season finale. I am today's GM, Rigil Kent, aka Phil when we forget to use our online pseudonyms, and I am in a terrible mood due to my planned camping trip being frickin' ruined by stupid Oklahoma weather. So, fair warning, I might murder a PC tonight. At any rate, tonight we've got a full house, just in time for the season finale, which hopefully won't suck. Although, now that I think about it, vampires are involved, so maybe it will suck. Before we actually get started, are there any immediate housekeeping things that need to be taken care of?
I'm sure I wanted to spend points on stuff, but I can't remember.
I did add the aspected luck.
Huzzah for you. That's too bad.
I will increase my short sword and my guns 1 point each, so 4 and 4.
Did he use his guns last couple?
When did you use those?
I used the guns in the previous combat that we had with the demons, and I used the short sword with my flashlight in that combat as well.
Okay.
Actually,
It won't help you.
I will increase my
Well, the short sword is used with the wooden stake.
It still won't help you.
Yes, it will.
I'll increase my judo and brawling.
That won't help you either.
That's okay. I still want to increase it.
Okay, so I am not sure how much of all the shenaniganry that Will is familiar with, or Padre.
I read the portal write-ups. I think I'm almost up to speed, and didn't realize how much Homeland was messing with all the women. Pretty shameful.
Yeah, he's straight up man whore, isn't he?
There it is, right there, man whore.
I just can't say no.
All right.
You just don't want to.
So we're gonna basically it's gonna resume in the late afternoon / early evening of the 31st. All Hallows Eve, which is the very next day. All of the PCs definitely butthurt. Maybe also, but Graham. No, Graham probably is at least aware of it. The fact that the power is completely out in Apocalypse due to a massive lightning strike that just fried the electrical grid throughout the city. And currently, Macarthur is the only one who knows how that strike originated. Emergency generators have been deployed for the essential parts of the hospital and some of the local stores, such like that. The shops that have their own generators will be using them. So there is some power, but it's not, it's basically being run on gasoline. By this point, most of the citizens are also aware of the simultaneous and obviously unconnected twin accidents that have temporarily closed off I-25 to the north and to the south. And pretty much everybody just sort of shrugs and doesn't really consider it suspicious at all. Despite the craziness, Mayor Pro Tem Block has publicly announced intentions for the Halloween parade downtown to proceed as planned. In fact, they're starting to advertise, hey, come on out because there's no power. You might as well. She's clearly trying to make the best out of a bad situation. And I realized a little bit late that the players might not be aware of said parade, but the PCs definitely, most of the PCs are definitely aware of it because it's been advertised all over the place for a couple weeks now. It is scheduled to proceed through downtown around 6:30, shortly after the sun has set. Costumes, candy, general good times, a heavy, I don't want to say influence, but influence is probably the right word. Strongly influenced by the Day of the Dead celebrations that transpire in Mexico, which makes sense considering there is a very sizable Hispanic population in town. All right, and to recap, not recap, but return to it. Ryder had just discovered an idling 18-wheeler that was seemingly completely abandoned, and a state trooper vehicle that was also completely abandoned and idling in a gas station parking lot. And I guess his curiosity got the best of him because he went and opened the back, wherein he discovered a bunch of coffins. And just as he was like, he realizing that, he's like, oh, this is probably bad. He is going to hear a vaguely familiar voice from behind him state, you are not supposed to be here. And Draven, I need you to give me a 3D roll in the box, please. Honestly, it's totally not Gwyneth Paltrow's head in the box. I am presuming, and you will have to correct me if I am incorrect, that Draven is obviously going to turn to see who the hell is speaking to him.
He will.
Okay, so he sort of turns around, but as he completes his turn, he realizes that he is standing literally in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, based off the terrain, it's still in the general area, but he is no longer in the city. And there is like steam or something like that rising up off of the ground. And when he glances down at that, he will realize that there is a very familiar sigil that has been like burned in the ground, sort of like when they use the Bifrost in the Marvel movies.
Okay. I still can't unsee it.
Well, that's not my fault.
Oh no. Man, now I think I see what you see.
Uh-huh. Look, Mum, no hands.
Again, it's totally not my fault.
Can Draven work out roughly where he has to walk to get back to Apocalypse?
Do you have navigation land?
For area knowledge?
No. What is the default? I think it's probably going to be an IQ -5.
-5 or 6. No, it'd be -5. Yeah.
Let's see if it matters. Ooh,
Wow. That is dead on. I think that's getting it because I think your IQ -5 is 6.
yes.
Wow, look at that. So you are, looking around, looking for landmarks and appropriate such like that, and you realize you're definitely to the south of Apocalypse. It's not just the south; it's more like south west, and it's probably you're probably a good 5 or 10 miles away from the actual city, although it does look like to the east, you can see flashing police lights, which are still some distance away. It's like maybe a mile, maybe a mile and a half, something like that. Uh, but they're definitely closer than the city itself.
Okay. And that would correspond with the reports of accidents outside of town. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that would seem to track. But yeah, I have no idea how far he could actually, how long it would take him to cover, say, 10 miles. I don't want to dig through the stuff, my bookmarks, to find Daniel's little whatchamadoohickey.
It's probably not that important.
And it's probably not that important.
Well, he's going to, unless he knows of something nearby, maybe there's I don't know, ranch or something like that this side of town, or some other place that he could probably get a ride back into the city.
What's
He's
his
gonna
move?
7, I think. Move 7. Failing that, he's going to start jogging back to Apocalypse. He will use his phone and he'll see if he can get a signal to anyone.
Yeah, you're smack dab in the middle of nowhere, so you're not likely to get a signal. Actually, roll 3d6 for me, please. Okay, so bright side is your phone is not a brick, but it is like in the proper or not the proper, but currently like weirding out and rebooting and stuff like that.
So 1.5 hours. Is that including stopping for breaks during the jog?
No.
Because I'm sure aren't marathons like 20 something kilometers?
26 miles.
Yeah, something like that.
But they run
The
marathons
distance
in less
between-
than like 1.5 hours.
Yeah, but they also train for that.
And they're
It's-
not 6'6" and
No, they could
300
be.
pounds.
With regards to kilometers, it's 42 kilometers, not 26 miles.
Either way,
It's Legend of Philippides, I think. Keep looking. Yep. Got distracted. Yep, because Battle Marathon.
Draven's going to start jogging.
So he's heading towards town, not towards the police.
He's fit.
No, I'm
Like, how much closer are the police?
maybe a mile.
So significantly closer. All right.
Significantly, yeah.
In that case, he's going to head to the police, but he's going to try and be, unnoticed. So,
Well, it is definitely getting dark, so there's that. Okay, so he heads towards the Der Polizei. All right, there, Andricus. Finlay was reaching out to Professor Hawthorne late in the afternoon after you had sort of finished up your forgery thing and wanting to meet with him.
Correct.
So even though the diner or the diner in question, like most of them, does not really have any power, they are open, and they are, needless to say, feverishly trying to offload perishables since, well, there's no clear indication of when the power is going to come back on. So it makes sense to try to get rid of all the stuff you have in the freezer and such like that. And Dr. Hawthorne will eventually show up and will join you after he gets some coffee and greet you with a please, for the love of God, tell me something interesting, because I am so bloody tired of dealing with government agents or Indian officials who tell me nothing more than we're still investigating, sir, or have to refer you to the executive assistant deputy undersecretary to the junior vice boffin in charge of widget. It's like, So you can evidently tell he's not in a great mood.
Did you have that written down?
Well,
I might have had that written down.
speaking of wanting something interesting and not wanting to deal with government agents, I have something interesting that deals with a government agent that I would like to ask for your help with.
He's going to give you a look that you can probably interpret as him contemplating whether he should splash his hot coffee in your face and walk out.
They don't have power.
I'll take a quick look around, just make sure there's no one very clearly within earshot.
Okay, it might not be hot coffee. It might be lukewarm coffee. Or maybe
he's
they're
British. It's
using
got to be
gas.
tea. So there is a book that a book that I have been asked to retrieve that was part of that whole kidnapping instance that occurred a short time ago. It's an old and ancient book, and the police have kept it for evidence. And as well, I've been asked to get it back. They don't necessarily need it for their investigation, but I need it. To that end, an idea that we came up with was to say that it was originally owned by Miskatonic and loaned out to me for a research project. And in talking with some individuals whose assistance I requested, we thought that having your assistance and signature might help officialize the request for the book returns of the book.
Okay, damn it, I should have found that one. I can't remember where. In Sleepy Hollow, he has a great line about imagine. Damn it, I can't remember. It's the Arg. I don't know if anybody else watched the TV the Sleepy Hollow TV series, but there are some absolutely fantastic lines in there. It's like, oh, well, so you're wanting to go against the law. How exciting.
It's certainly something. I
And
would not if I had alternatives. However, currently I do not.
so how do you wish to involve me into this delinquency that you wish to perpetrate?
I'll pull out the totally legitimate Miskatonic form trademark. And well, we have this form that was drawn up that that we think would help convince the police, and should they contact someone from Miskatonic, ideally that would be you, and you'd be able to help us convince them.
The first thing he's going to do is he's going to glance over it because he's like, well, you clearly aren't up to date with their paperwork because this is a forgery. An adequate looking forgery, I suppose, but points out a couple missing this, missing that, missing this.
Oh, so they did change the forms that much, huh?
And I'm going. Let's see. So based off of there'll be like a description of the thing. He's like, well, I'm perfectly contented in assisting as long as I can, peruse this relic. Would that be I think he might call it relic. Yeah.
So knowing what I know about the grimoire through psychometry, would that cause any undue effects that I'm aware of?
Well, you don't.
wizard.
Here we go. Does my intuition tell me that when we had that flashback to the previous time in the book, that the bishop or cardinal or whomever he was read the book, and that's what made the whole demon thing happen?
No, that is not what you recall hearing. In the flashback, you recall one of the Kniggets basically stating that they saw the patriarch, I believe it was, grab a coin, and that was what likely caused the transformation.
Okay. I believe that can be arranged.
How wonderful. There was the quote that I was looking for, where Ichabod was commenting to what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Lieutenant Mills. Sorry, he always calls her lieutenant because he's British. He's like, an officer of the law with a criminal past. Imagine the delinquency we could perpetrate if we really put our minds to it. He was great. Well, since this, and he's going to give a lick to the tea that is not particularly tasty at the moment, since, as was pointed out by another player, they don't have powers, so it's probably lukewarm at best. Like, I suppose there's no time like the present to get started. Perhaps the chaos that is taking place with no power will allow us to further conceal our criminal intent.
That is an excellent point. Very well. Let's be off.
All right, so you can go to the sheriff's department. Hey, it's the sheriff's department. And you will, to probably no surprise, find it very, very busy. There are so there's only actually like two people currently, or a couple people in the the sheriff's department at the moment. In addition to the various people who have come in to try to report things or gripe about the fact that they don't have power either, and it's just like, yeah, okay, get in line. But while you are waiting, you will be able to make out several comments of the sort. Not comments, but just general gripes, where you have the state troopers have reported that the overturned vehicles north and south are proving to be more difficult to get back upright and remove, which is preventing the appropriate power company people from getting here to get on some work, or get the power back on. You will also hear several of the people, or at least the sheriff. One of the sheriffs is griping that the cell service is constantly dropping out, and evidently some hooligans damaged some cell antennas last night that are in the general county area. So the sheriffs have basically, or the deputies have started relying on their walkie-talkies instead. And it will take a bit of time, but the two of you will eventually be greeted by the undersheriff, who is basically manning the place while the sheriff is out and about with most of the other deputies. And it's effectively like a skeleton crew in here. You've got some people who clearly aren't important enough to be given portraits, who are like the receptionists and the actually I have no idea how the 911 operators work different, or the dispatchers work differently for sheriffs versus police. Do they have their own? I guess they're probably going to have their own. And the undersheriff is very much a no nonsense. I don't, I'm too old to deal with this crap. Spit it out. What the hell's the problem? And at this point, you would probably need to have a fast talk and or an acting check. Augmented. Let's see. Wow, that is not a particularly great roll on my part, but I think that's going to scrape by to be an assist. Okay, so you guys start talking about that, and I am going to pause with you and jump to Com Junkie.
Oh, no hands.
That's the wrong family. That's the right family. Okay. All right. So as stated previously, the kids that June is sitting for are still present. You have since discovered or learned that the majority of their families are basically like stuck at the plant, the Old King refinery, because, well, when the power grid went out, it caused some stuff to lock down, and they've reached out and made contact, but they're stuck there for the time being. For most of the 31st, June has either been not feeling particularly great or sleeping, which April has commented has related is totally common when a newbie accesses magic for the very first time. And when she is awake and not dealing with rugrats freaking out or sense like that, she's withdrawn, troubled, etc., which also makes sense, as she's like barely 15, not quite 15, and evidently just burned a man to ash with crazy magical powers yesterday.
She'll be fine.
Yeah. May had asked you when you came in last evening after you got into the fight with the dudes in the parking lot, if you would be willing to stay around the shop today, since she's super worried that whoever the jackals were that tried to jump June may make another attempt.
Heck yeah, I'll hang out.
The boyfriend, Alex, had to return home, but he has promised to check back in as soon as he can. And try as you might, you really haven't been able to find anything wrong with him yet, which is
He just says
clearly
awesome a
super
lot.
suspicious. Yeah, it's like you can't find anything. Yeah, okay, yeah, he says awesome a lot. And all three of the women seem to like him, for various reasons. Yeah, super, super suspicious.
Totally
April
suspicious.
has spent most of the day trying to reach out and contact Wizard Torres, but phone connectivity has been, as I had noted to Andricus, kind of sporadic, even though the landlines are not great. And April has also commented that this isn't uncommon when you're actually trying to deal with wizards because, well, technology hates them. So with the kids just basically sitting around being super bored, having to be entertained, such like that. Around 5-ish on the 31st, June announces that she is going to take the kids to the parade to maybe keep them from causing even more trouble.
And
She will hesitantly ask Mac if he will come with to make sure that the kids are protected. Says nothing about
absolutely.
herself. And May is like, yeah, I think I will go too.
Cool. I like
And
this plan.
yeah, it's a fairly decent sized crowd, because it's honestly people are like, well, I don't have anything else to do today. It's not like I can go home and watch some cable, since damn it. But it is very heavily influenced by the Day of the Dead ceremonies, or not ceremonies, celebrations. I don't know what that official the phraseology is there.
Festivities?
Festivities would work. So soon after the sun goes down, and you have the parade beginning, and you have some fireworks, and not a lot of fireworks, but some fireworks, and you'll see some familiar faces in the crowd. It's like, hey, there's your boss, and hey, there's that. Wait, now I'm trying to remember. Yeah, was he. Were you actually active in the first episode of when Faith got abducted? I can't remember if he met Terrence or not.
Who, me?
Yeah, was Mac there? Because I remember you missed a day, but I don't remember if it was.
No, I was there because I was the one
Okay.
who discovered her disappearance.
Yeah, I thought he raided
Right.
the fridge too.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, so like, hey, there's your boss. Hey, there's Terrence, and hey, you can see the father over there, and hey, there's a couple other people that you know. So it's like, hey, look at that. It's all these familiar looking people. But so soon after the sun goes down, the parade's going full swing. You will hear some screams that you instinctively know are not fake. As they begin filling the air, and then some panic ensues. And
Not good.
I jumped to Front Javier.
Hello.
Who is scaring all the people at the festivities?
I know. Why was he doing that? So, needless to say, due to the power outages, even though this is a Monday, school has been canceled. So, not like they can really teach anything there. So, Faith is basically at home with your mom. I do not know if he had any immediate plans for what he was going to be doing today.
Well, mainly trying to talk with Faith, probably with the mom present, and figure out what's going on with her. Because she's been definitely acting very weird lately.
Says the dude who's half vampire.
She doesn't know that. Or maybe she does.
Does she?
But I would try to coax her to tell us the truth, either using psychology.
Yeah,
I
there
will
it is.
use
Drink.
psychology. I will use my medic skill, medic, to as a bonus to diplomacy, and then try to get her to coax the truth out of her. So here's my medic skill.
Why is it just now that I'm realizing that they're both Eric?
Because I screwed up and just noticed that as well. This one should be Victor. I need to fix that, but it's a little
Gotcha.
late now.
Oh,
So using a complementary skill gives you a +2 or +1.
One. Okay, I should probably look at her. She is. Okay, so how is she going to bring it? She's not going to do that. She's considered that a secret. She is insistent that you wouldn't understand anyway, and it really doesn't matter. You'll be gone soon because you're always gone.
I am not going to be leaving anytime soon, Faith. I'm here for a while.
So he says, Mr. I'm
Oh, and that makes it
infected by-
worse. So on one hand, he's in his 30s now, I think. Right? Yeah, he's in his 30s. So on one hand, she's acting very teenagery. On the other, it does seem like she may have something she is keeping secret and telling lies about.
Faith, I want you to know that me and your mom are here to support you. Whatever secret you're trying to hold back from us, believe me, we will understand it. And if need to, I will tell you a secret of my own, if that will help.
Ew, gross. I don't want to know any of your secrets.
I'll look at mom and see if she gives me the nod of approval to confess.
he's like Batman who can't quit telling the girls he brings back to the cave who he is.
I know, right?
If I've trained her
I'm
well,
I'm trying to have the GM play Maria right now. So does Maria give Eric the nod? Go ahead and confess.
She does not, because if you recall, she wanted you to avoid involving Faith and Patience as much as possible. But she will jump in on the whole you can trust this, everything's fine. we're here when you want to talk. Mom was always really hands off.
Okay. Other than that, since she doesn't seem to really want to tell us, I guess
Not
we'll
yet.
find out in due time.
Yep. We'll find out when she has to stake you.
So I guess then the other thing is probably since the characters know about the Halloween party, it's probably we'll go to that discussion. Who wants to go to the Halloween party?
That's later in the evening. It's like once the sun starts going down. You may also end up checking in on the hospital itself, since apparently
Oh,
you're
yeah.
supposed to have
Yeah.
an office there now.
True. Checking. That's right. Because I'm supposed to be hunting for a vampire now. So yeah, I'd be going to the office and start doing research and trying to hunt down this vampire, and maybe reaching out to the other PCs and seeing if they've, feeling them out for any unusual stuff that they've noticed, trying to reach out to them if possible.
So as I did state, I believe it was with Andricus, you will find that cell connectivity is utterly terrible throughout town. Effectively, if you are, this is going to cover anybody inside town, if you are trying to make a phone call and actually successfully connect with someone, you will end up needing to make like a universe reaction roll, and it has to be better than neutral for it to successfully connect. At the hospital, you will find out obviously they're not able to provide you with computer access at the moment because, well, power outage. But they will. The receptionist will be aware that the OMI had reached some sort of a rather rapid agreement, apparently, with the hospital people to provide you with one of the smaller unused offices. Inside that office, it will not take you very long to quickly be able to deduce that this is probably the office that was being used by the doctor who just dropped off the frickin' planet earlier in the season, whose name I realize I failed to write down here. It's in one of my other notes, but it's that guy. The hospital is running on backup generator power, but they do have some a handful of patients. You've got one or two people that are actually having to keep an eye on just in case. You will there will be let's see, I'm wondering how would you go about doing research into the potentially locating the vampire without access to the computer? That's going to be a tough one now these days because all their records are computerized.
Well, they do keep hard copy.
Yeah, but where would you start? Hi,
That's
I'd like
another
to
matter.
go through all of your hard copy records. What are you looking for? I don't know.
You have to Google with your eyes.
Well, I could use medic skill to potentially look at the medical files in the hospital for clues. Forensics, medic, investigative analysis,
Yeah.
in regards to that.
It's going to take a while if you don't know where to start.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, you can definitely get started on that. But yeah, because it's like you're basically looking for a specific pin in a whole pile of pins.
Suppose you could go around
Well,
to the
maybe. Well,
doctors that are.
I
that
could
you-
also use the hidden lore vampires, maybe as a since I have that, it gives me a into what I am looking for in terms of clues within the files
It's a valid
and
point.
putting, start connecting the dots. Like someone came in, body disappeared. Huh, that's possible clue right there. Person came in with a bitten neck or bite wounds. Start connecting the dots that way, because I know about vampires, and since I am a damper myself, I know more of what to look for in the records to start, pulling those files out and start cross correlating, and hopefully start narrowing the list down to maybe someone who may know, or a family member that's still alive or something like that. Just keep going in that direction where it gets me somewhere where, boom, here's here's a place I can go.
Right. And Giger, you were going to say something?
No, I was going to say you could probably go around and ask the doctors about weird cases.
That could also be part of the medic role too, because that's also communicating with other doctors and stuff like that is part of it.
Okay, so that would probably be the hidden lore check, and to provide the potential bonus to the medic. And you're obviously not going to get all of this information immediately.
Since I'm taking time, do I get bonuses to this?
It's not that you're taking. It's not that you're necessarily that you're taking time. It's that there's just so much information to sift through. Rather than taking extra time, it's just the base amount of time required is greatly extended. So if you take extra time, that would extend that even more.
Got it. Success by 7. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Okay. So, yeah, I wanted to double check. Was this? It's okay. He does not have that. That's fine. All right. So, you based off of that success, or those successes, both are by 7. So, well, yeah, hidden lore by 7, and then medic by 7 with the bonus. So, yay. So based off of that, you start digging into some medical records that are generally like blood related, or heavy trauma, stuff like that. And it very quickly turns into a rabbit hole where you're like, okay, well, this, you're making notes and such like that. So you lose track of time with that. You are, as you're working though, and you are, you're making your notes and checking them twice and all that stuff. And you will note that the power abruptly completely fails, and it goes pitch dark in the building, and then you start to hear people screaming. And then I'm going to jump to Padre.
Hello.
Hi, Padre. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Long time no see.
It's good to be back.
Will is released from his box.
He's been very busy over the last couple of weeks. I don't remember exactly how long it's been since he left. He was here last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's been 6 weeks or so. But crazy busy. He is currently has been tasked by his boss, since he is in part of, he's basically in the highway patrol. It's just he is not a highway patrolman; he's a state police officer. But he's been tasked to check in on the cleanup on the of the one of the 18-wheeler crashes, which is south of Apocalypse. This is the one that's closer to Las Cruces, where you're based out of. The crash itself involved 2 semi-trucks, and he is actually not entirely sure how they managed to get as jammed together and in the way as they had managed to do so.
Okay.
You've got the appropriate the record guys who have come down there and are looking at it, and they're just like, okay, well, this is awkward. One of them is one of the trailers is actually filled with flammable materials, so they're like super worried about that. But it does. Hey, luckily it didn't explode, so there is that.
That's good. And the other one?
The other one is just like, hauling stuff for Amazon or something.
And do we know what caused the this situation?
Well, both of the drivers are dead, so can't quite exactly ask them.
What's your initial impression of looking at the scene?
Let's see. So the state trooper in question is like, my suspicion is it's probably one of them or maybe both of them dozed off because, long haul truckers and all that lost control, and they were really damn lucky that we didn't get more than these 2 fatalities here.
Okay. So have you physically inspected both trailers?
The trailers, they've checked it out because they were super. They didn't want to get close to them and start actually poking around until they had been confirmed by the. I don't know who would double check that, but the people that make sure that the flammable one isn't going to explode abruptly.
Right. Well, I'm going to go do some poking around.
Okay. How are you going to do some poking around?
I'm going to approach the scene. I want to check out these things myself.
All right. Well, they're a jammed up mess.
Just the 2 of them.
Just the 2 of them, yeah.
All right. And they were en route.
They were likely actually based off of the road. I have to double check. Somehow they have blocked off both of the things. Just occurred to me. I should have double checked the stupid roads. I'm gonna make sure there's not some super massive thingamadoohickey that, because supermassive doohickeys are terrible. Okay, so there is a really big median in separating them, but these 2 things have managed to get locked in where they are actually covering both roads, or both lanes, not lanes, both northbound and southbound.
All right. And this is how far out of Apocalypse?
A couple miles.
Okay. So like Las Palomas or something like that?
I have to double check. It's about 8 miles outside of it. So,
Okay,
it might be around there.
All right. Okay, well, I'll instruct them to start diverting traffic.
They've had to start doing that for a while now. Basically, it's probably not a surprise that the reason it's taken so long is the flammable trailer. They did not want to. They wanted to prevent people from passing through that area until that thing has been either righted or removed entirely. Because hey, it would look terrible if some dude was creeping past it and a spark, some idiot tossed his lit cigarette out and kaboom, the whole thing went up.
Okay, then that's fine. I want to go check on the bodies.
Okay, check on the bodies.
And is there any way I can determine how they died? Aside from the obvious that it's a crash.
Let's see. So, I guess maybe observation. I don't know. You've got first aid, but diagnosis is generally a stupid high skill. It's what, -6 off of first aid? That's kind of absurd.
Dice. Oh yeah, it's even worse. It's -8 off of first aid, but it's IQ -6. It's IQ -6.
Is that actually better? I would think that's not better.
It's probably just equally worse.
No, it would be 1 point better than basing it off of first aid. Because first aid's -8, that's 14 -8, and if it's IQ -6, that's 13 -6. So, unless I did my math wrong. Let's see. So, yeah, you can do that. You could probably just do the straight up observation kind of thing if you're not looking at medical angles.
All right.
Normally, you have medical dudes for that, right?
It's been a while, but before we do all that, I guess I should do some dice rolling.
Nah, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, maybe chronic pain. See if that old injury hurts.
Of course it does.
Okay, now I have to remind myself: is that actually a success?
No, I have to. Because if I roll 9 or below, I have a bout of pain.
Right, it is below the number because I know there's some of them that it's like it seems backwards. All right. So that is, which one is that? I don't remember what you have. You have the super crazy one, chronic pain, 9 or less. That is mild. So you're at -2 to Dex and IQ and self-control roll for 2 hours. It was because you were sitting in that car for entirely too long to get here, and your back just sort of like almost locked up, and it really hurts. And you've got some pain pills, but unfortunately, those make you really drowsy. And well,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I guess if you're not going to approach it from the medical side, approach it from just the general criminology / observation side, I guess.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you. Maybe I'll just try and do a perception check. How about that?
Sounds like a plan. Might not be a great plan. Might be a fantastic plan. I don't know.
Well, that worked.
Okay, so it looks like that was a pretty good plan based off of the success by 6. They are, well, to begin with, you're not going to get much out of their torsos because they got kind of smushed by the slamming into the steering wheel at very high speeds. But what he does end up noticing is both of them have some weird neck injuries that he can't quite make out. They don't look necessarily like they were caused by this, or more accurately, he doesn't see how those particular neck injuries could have been caused by this crash.
And can you indicate what makes them seem odd?
They look more like the skin is torn, or sliced or bitten or eaten or something like that.
Right. Okay. Well, I think Will's been around these weird people long enough to know that
He
this
did
is
get a
probably
little bit of a data dump.
Yeah, this is my hair on my neck's going to go up.
Yep. So at about that time, one of the state troopers is probably going to call out an odd-looking figure approaching. It's like, hey, there's somebody walking. That's a weird place to be walking, and this will totally be Ryder, who is like approaching from the west. A little bit sweaty.
So I kind of tell the deputy to scram. I'm going to deal with this guy myself.
Are you sure? He's pretty big.
And I'll just wait for Ryder to get to me.
Two of the PCs are now together. Look at that.
Hey.
All right.
Yep.
So jumping from there to Gigerman. Poor Hurt. He slept through most of today. And when he wakes up about 4:30, 5, something like that, or 16:30, 1700. And as soon as he wakes up, he immediately finds out that his body is still recovering. You will effectively have low pain threshold for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. As it stands, of the ladies, only Malia is present at the moment. And when you sort of wake up, and she is fiddling with a phone and very visibly frustrated, but will be oh, hey, you're finally awake.
And I'm carrying your child.
They don't feel so good.
Well, you look better than we were. No, that's not. What's the phrasing there? Is that you look better than we were afraid you would end up.
I feel like I've been smashed under a rock.
Well, he wasn't quite a rock, but he was very large.
Did I miss anything fun? And did I win?
Oh, you remember winning. I don't know what you would classify as fun. Right now, Jessica is meeting with Nine Fingers and the elders to sort of discuss or determine your exact status in the tribe, because, well, things are in the air. Also, you cannot use that the blood of the wolf again, because if you drink it again, it will kill you.
No argument there.
And she is also going to ask if you brought your cell phone with you as well, because she's been trying to contact the sheriff's department to check in, but has not been able to get through at all.
I think it's in my shirt. Let me find it. Rummage. I'm not getting anything either.
Oh crap. Okay, well, I'm going back into town. You can stay here if you want to, or you can sneak out and come with if you want to do that.
Yeah, why don't we drop me off at my room and I'll crash over there. No need to take up anybody else's bed for tonight.
Very good. Okay, well, getting down is going to be lots of fun for you, because there's a bit of high climbing, but it's like I said, it's not impossible. It's just you're really super tender.
I don't suppose I could be lowered down by rope.
As she shoves you.
So think of this as a body-wide muscle pain, where it's like you haven't been to the gym in a couple years and you go there and you really, really work out, and it's the next day, and a friend also helps you move his 300-pound refrigerator or something. So you're really, really painful. And you were wearing just shorts that day. So in addition to those muscle aches, you also have a terrible sunburn. I don't know why you were lifting that thing completely naked, but hey, you do you. In outside in the square, I guess it would be. It's like outside the old church thing. You will note that Nayati's body, still in wolf form, is still on the ground, and it's still just laying there. And the various people that are going about their daily business will pause and look at it and then continue on. And there are two of the warrior types, based off of their impressive pectoral muscles and biceps, you're presuming, who are just like standing there as if they are defending or protecting or keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, as soon as he rounds the corner and sees that, he'll kind of jump a little bit, and then, oh, that was real. So much for my dream theory.
Yep, that was real. It is kind of weird that they've just sort of left it there for this amount of time, though. So she will help you.
Aren't they supposed to change back into human form when they're dead?
Are you going to ask her that?
Yeah.
It's like, well, normally, yes, we would change back.
Oh my God, are you one?
And then she's gonna give you a look like you might be, like she's a little concerned that maybe the blood of the wolf did a thing on your head or your brain. And she's like, we're all like that, but not when it's a new moon. But that idiot took his own version of the blood, and it transformed him, so he would have been stuck like that.
That sucks.
Less so now, considering he's dead. I suspect Nine Fingers had him, left out for now to remind people.
I was a friend of Nayati.
What did he teach you?
He taught me that killing a werewolf hurts.
So she will help you down the climbing area, which is difficult when everything hurts, and drive you into, or will drive back into the town. En route, she will apologize for not telling you about the baby. She had just realized it herself, and then she will jump straight into a warning. It's like you need to be careful around Jessica because she's very dangerous and well, very very dangerous.
Oh, here she
Evidently,
comes. She's a man eater.
evidently, she doesn't play fair.
No, she really doesn't. I didn't realize what she was planning until, well, a little too late to act then. Before you enter the city proper, which both of you are going to note is completely dark, which seems, well, wrong. Both you and Malia are going to be struck by a distinctive smell. But you don't. Neither of you really recognize it, but it sort of like immediately puts you on edge.
Geez, sorry about that.
Sees the look. took me half a second to get that. Sees the look on her face, like, oh, okay, you smell that too.
Yeah, it smells like death.
Now, the wreck was to the south, and the Sky City is to the north, isn't it?
Technically, Sky City is to the northwest. So you'll be using back roads the entire way through because there's no direct thing. So when you guys do pass under the the overpass or the interstate, it is suspiciously silent as well because there's no vehicles traveling, which is like super weird.
Is this after dark or still
It
twilighting?
is very much twilighting and getting into the dark phase. And she's like, I'm gonna run to the sheriff's department first, and then I will run you over to your place afterward.
Yeah, okay.
So at the sheriff's department, you will be able to note that it does seem to have some sort of power, although you can definitely smell gasoline and likely hear the sound of a generator. So it's like, oh, okay. You will also recognize Finlay's vehicle parked outside. Oh, by the way, Andricus, what kind of car do you drive? He's like, I don't know. Why? Why would I
Something.
dare ask something like that?
It would be something sort of unassuming, probably a smaller car, not like a pickup or anything. Maybe like just a 4-door sedan, generic.
Whew, I was afraid you were going to say it was a Mini.
Honestly, the thought crossed my mind.
Well, that would certainly be distinctive in town. Is everybody driving trucks and jeeps and stuff like that, and then you go cruising by on this Matchbox car?
Oh, hey, Tweed's here.
Yeah, she's not going to know. She's not going to get the reference, but yeah. So she'll park and she will go in. I don't know. You can go in or you can stay. It's entirely up to you.
Well, he's parked in the guest parking, so I guess that's good.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll go in.
You will see him. Actually, I have no idea if you've ever met Hawthorne, but you'll see him and the other guy speaking
Was
to the
he
undersheriff.
at the diner when the eyeballs started popping?
Think he was there briefly, but he left. So you may have seen the two of them talking, but you might not know who he is. But they're clearly in the undersheriff's office, and they are talking.
Hey, Tweed,
Oh well,
doing anything interesting?
he might. It's probably like closed. I don't. I mean, it's like
Oh, never
glass,
mind.
where it's like you can see him. And
I'll wave and then he won't see me, and I'll just say to hell with it.
okay, and then for both. Now, hey, look at that. There's another two PCs that are sorted together.
Hey, I'm just gonna sit over here for a minute and sleep.
And just soon after that that happens, you will hear, or both you, Hurt and Finlay, will be aware of when the power goes completely out in the building, and then there is a loud crash. It sort of like sounds like maybe something smashed through a door or something like that, and screaming starts to happen. A lot of screaming going on.
A great many interesting situations begin with screaming.
Yes,
I
indeed.
don't believe this was expected.
Okay, so there are technically four groups at the moment. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so there are technically four groups at the moment. You have Finlay and Hurt are at the sheriff's department when Black Court vampires are going to enter. Very, very aggressively. In fact, it is probably going to begin with Malia being thrown through a door, which might trigger some interesting things for Hurt. Like he finds that he has an innate sense of duty, sort of thing.
Well, regardless, he doesn't think of her as an invincible supernatural creature at the moment.
Well, she did state that they don't transform during the new moon, and it is definitely the new moon.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the rules are either. I guess.
Yes, so that is going to transpire, and you got a couple of these monstrous-looking things. Let me look at one of them. That'll work. Grr, arg. About the same time, probably near simultaneously, at the hospital, Lopez is going to hear lots of people screaming, and since he has dark vision, I believe it's dark vision, right?
Yeah, it's dark vision, color vision.
Right. So when he like steps out, he is also going to see a Black Court vampire. However, he is going to recognize this is the dude that stabbed you. And as far as you knew, he died. It's like, oh crap. At the parade, Macarthur is going to see Macarthur. That'd be you there, comm junkie, presuming you're still awake. You are going to see a handful of these things as well, running around, running rampant. And he will end up facing off against one that is most definitely heading in the direction of, daughter, kids, etc., etc.
Well,
As to
bollocks.
Graham and Ryder, they are going to have their conversation. I don't know how much of what they are going to tell one another.
Ryder will say that something bad is going down. The town is full of vampires.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, why does that not surprise me?
Again?
Damn vampires.
So what did I just saw these two. It looks to me like something's chewed into their necks. So that links up.
Yep. And then Draven showed up and said, "Oh, hey, by the way, the town's got a bunch of vampires," which those do sort of track.
So, well, what do we do now?
We need to get back to town.
Well, let's get in my vehicle and we'll.
Okay, so I'm gonna have both of you give me a 3D roll in the box, please.
Right toward the danger.
Cool beans. All righty. So the two of you jump into your vehicle or Will's vehicle and head off, hauling some butt. All right. So based off of that, it does. I'm gonna pull something up here briefly. So this is the map. Do you see PCs? Little pictures of the PCs on there.
Yes.
Here.
Okay, so it is not until Will and Ryder are within basically a visual of the HHS factory, although it's generally called the Old King Refinery, and you can see whooping lights. So they clearly have some sort of backup generator, but it's like alarms sort of thing. But it's not until you see this that you realize you stuck to the back roads when you could have gone around the 18-wheeler and hauled butt up the abandoned interstate. And it's kind of weird because you're not sure why you would have made that decision.
Okay.
But it is entirely up to the two of you where you are going to proceed, because as it stands, clearly something's going on at the refinery, and based off of your current location there, the road that, or the bridge that goes over the Rio Grande, is way over yonder. It's like there's constantly been a recurring attempt to get a bridge added, built, that's much closer to the refinery, so the people that work there don't have to drive so far out of their way to get over there.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Draven to bring you up to speed on what's been going on in my absence, but also I'd like to know what's the most effective way to take out these things, and what exactly are we facing?
Well, Draven will begin to explain. You should really listen to the Olympus podcast. It'll have everything that's been happening.
Oh, awesome. Hey, here's my phone. Can you just load that up, please?
I'll scroll through and click on the podcasts and listen to that while we drive.
It keeps getting interrupted by irritating ads.
And he'll then explain, what's been happening recently, and then sort of most importantly that he found the truck full of coffins, which he's not certain it's vampires. He hasn't actually seen a vampire, but yeah, he's 99% sure that vampires are in town. He'll say, "We need to find Faith."
Well, once you bring up the or not you, but once you mention the vampires, and Will can point out the fact those dudes have the dead guys in the trucks have had their throats kind of gnawed on. It's probably a safe bet that it's vampires.
And
Yeah,
I guess Draven will offload what information he can give about vampires through his hidden lore.
And
Right.
we'll
So
soak it all up.
all right. So where are Will and Ryder going? Because it sounds like there are probably two major options that they have. Well, technically, I guess you could say three. With the first one being the refinery, where clearly something weird is going on. The second probably being going to Draven's apartment, motel room to retrieve weapons. And the third is actively seeking out Faith, I guess.
I think we'd.
I don't know about you, Draven, but I think we should just go with that refinery. I got a big Bible and a flask of holy water I picked up on the way down here. Let's just take them all on and end this tonight.
Draven's gonna look at Will, stupid like. You haven't fought vampires before.
So I think we should just go and if we need to find Faith, let's get whatever weapons you need.
I'll need my weapons, and then we'll need to find Faith. She can help us kill these things.
I will follow your direction, and let's go and do it.
We should probably find the others as well if we can. Does that phone of yours have signal? Mine doesn't.
Jim?
Let's see. Actually, police vehicles. Mark would probably be able to answer this better than me. And he went AFK because, of course, he did. But I was thinking that the police vehicles use CBs, don't they? Walkie-talkie stuff.
They use radio. But that's only
that's
only
not
good
gonna
for
be the
people
cell
that have
tower,
radios.
so- Right, but he could communicate with the police department or the sheriffs.
Yes, he could.
If they had power.
Well, they had power.
I would suspect they'd all be on some sort of battery backup. So,
Well, if nothing else, he could communicate with the people who are, in their vehicles, and or have the heads or the handset things that are always clipped up near their heads. That's just using radio or walkie-talkies. I don't remember. Clearly, I should have done a little bit more research. Bad GM. Bad.
all right. Well, I can use the police radio, and I can just put out a call. But are they going to know where Faith ended up?
Well, the police probably won't, but
Why would they? Yeah, I'm wondering why did you call about the Faith on the police thing?
I'm not sure why I'm calling a police at all, because if they don't know the information we need, it's kind of pointless.
well, I can tell you what's going on in town potentially.
So I think our best bet, Draven, is we just get to your place and we at least get armed and go from there.
Okay, so let's see how. Okay, so I will tweak that a bit. All right, so These are technically not combat rounds per se. I mean, it's still going to potentially have combat elements of it, but it's not going to necessarily be tactical combat. Sort of similar to Daniel's little action whatchamadoohickey. So, Macarthur, their comm junkie, as stated, you are in the middle of the crowd. The parade has been broken up as a whole bunch of monsters attack. Actually, I have no idea. Does he have hidden lore, vampirology, or vampires, or anything like that?
Nope.
So he is going to know pretty much
Cutting anything
what
set
you
off should kill it.
that's a valid thing, but it's probably going to be a safe bet, or he's probably going to have a safe bet that is likely a vampire simply based off of how they are reacting, where they're running around doing their throwing their mouth open. I don't know why they do that, but apparently they do, and biting people in the
Intimidation.
neck and blood all over their face and such like that. There's screaming, there's yelling, there's people falling down. And, naturally, you will start to hear some gunfire because remember, this is an open carry state, and pretty much everybody in Apocalypse carries a pistol, at the very least. So what is his, apart from his super awesome fast draw there of his knife, what is his plan?
He's going to intercept the vampire before it can get to the kids, and he's gonna go one-on-one with it.
Cut it till it stops.
Cut it till it stops.
Okay.
He doesn't have any wooden stakes available, so he's just gonna go for most things stop fighting when you take their heads, so.
All right. So you shove some people out of the way, and you
Hey,
get over there.
Fang
just
face.
It's like, is it like it's biting some dude, and bam! Now you can basically making an attack.
So I'm gonna try and get into close combat with it and kind of get it where it can't bite me. Like I want to be able to basically grapple it and then slash at the neck kind of thing. Actually, I'll just initially take a slash at the neck. See where we go from there.
And also, don't forget you have some mystic abilities as well. So
Right. So we're going to do a slashing attack to the neck.
I did not need to put on that suit.
Errors. But I will also, oh, actually, you know what? My first attack is going to be a feint.
Daniel's like, you saw how well that worked.
So that's just a straight attack roll as a feint.
It's a
Right?
weapon
Yes.
skill roll.
That's the weapon that you're going to be using. You roll it as at your highest.
So it's going to be melee. I can't use brawl, right?
You can technically use any weapon skill that you
Oh.
have to feint with.
Okay, so I'm going to feint with a brawl.
Okay.
And that will be my, that'll be it for now.
Well, what I'm going to do there is it's going to be a bit of a little mess. So go ahead and do your immediate follow-up.
Okay.
Because, like I said, these aren't necessarily immediate combat rounds. For example, I'm expecting some of the people to go, "Ah, crap! I need a weapon," and spend a couple seconds grabbing a weapon, or "Hey, I know something like this." Okay. Wow, your dog is loud. That was not a great roll.
No, it certainly wasn't.
All right.
Apparently, I blew it on the fast draw.
Apparently you did. All right. So
Why was
fail
that
by
minus
4.
5? Oh,
He's going-
right, Nick.
All right. So advance the tracker, slacker. All right. So Draven and Will are in the car. So they are not going to be involved this round. But I will be bringing you in next round. Let's see. So Draven, does he have hidden lore vampires?
He does.
So he can go ahead and make a check for that. All right. So he is just going to know generic stuff, and it's going to be pretty similar to what you has, where it's like, hey, if you cut off their heads, they die. Granted, that's also the case for a lot of things, but you know, that could be important information.
Scripters.
Who did that?
Really?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I'm not seeing any script errors. That's weird.
I saw them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
but
too.
it
Yeah, I
didn't,
saw
pop up,
him.
it didn't pop up on mine for script errors. I mean, I did drag something onto the combat tracker.
I wonder if that did it.
That's odd. Okay, well. So Eric is doing something. He said something earlier, right?
Well,
so,
he would have, hearing the screaming to begin with, he probably would have picked up a weapon. I'm going to make it a chance that it'll either be his gun or his a wooden stake. So I'll do a 50-50. So 1 through 3, he picked up the stake. 4 through 6, he picked up the gun.
Okay, so you're in the hospital. Why would he think to grab the stake?
Just, I'm
I'm not denying. Saying
I'm
no, you
almost
can't
more
do
of
that.
he's consumed in his research, right?
Okay.
All of a sudden the lights go out and people are screaming. He knows something's up. He just gets up, grabs the closest weapon, and I'm going to say that, it's a 50-50. It's either the stake or the gun. He's not thinking about right off the bat what he should grab. He's just going to grab something.
Okay, so I'm going to delete the thing that I added to see if it throws some more script errors.
So 1 through 3 would be the one
It
stake.
didn't.
4 through
Weird.
6 would be the gun.
Okay. Yeah.
So he grabbed his gun.
All right. So you grab the gun. You advance outside, out of the office area that you're at. I'm going to say it's not your office per se. It's more like a records room. And you saw the vampire that the dude that stabbed you, but now he is very vampiric looking.
So in other words, I know he's turned.
You do know you probably strongly suspect. Well, yeah. You're like, yep, okay, that guy's turned.
I just remembered what his gun was. You better not miss. That thing will go right through the damn hospital.
Yeah, because it's the Desert Eagle.
What's the wounding modifier on that? What is the damage it does?
If I well, let's see.
think it was
Which bullets do
four.
I
No,
have?
that's
The slugs or the
that's not what
hollow
I meant.
point?
I meant the
PI
whether
plus
it was is it PI plus plus?
Yeah.
No, it's just plus.
Well,
Depends.
it depends on what rounds I'm using. If
Oh,
I
yeah, if it's hollow point,
let's
it'll be
do the
plus, plus.
50-50 on that one too. So
Well, no. Give me a hidden lore Wait, you already rolled hidden lore vampires.
yeah, that was
earlier.
like at a 7. So
And since you are aware of them, he would probably have the plus plus in there
so the hollow
because
points.
yeah, because not only are they more effective against vampires, they're also more effective against unarmed humans.
Yeah, they're just crap against armor.
Well, since he is armed and he's already pretty much prepared, he's
And
going.
the two of you are absolutely going to end up staring at one another, and he's going to do the.
I'm gonna take a shot.
You're not going to hiss back at him?
What?
Said you're not going to hiss back at him?
No.
Okay, so range. You are likely going to be short range, so you will be at a -3 at this point, and yeah, so it's just going to be -3.
Okay, I'm not gonna really do any deceptive at this point. It'll
You
just
can't
be
with a pistol.
yeah. So just -3. And accuracy is only if I start to
And only if you aim,
Okay.
or you're an awesome gunslinger like Hurt and Will, who get that all the time with their pistols. They like to do trick shots. Okay, so did you fire one time, or did you actually fire whatever the full rate of fire? Probably 3.
3.
Boom, boom, boom. Wow. Okay, he managed to dodge that bullet.
Okay.
Means he's going to come down there and try to eat you.
You just took out Mabel in the ICU.
Well, probably not. Hopefully not. We'll see. Maybe.
She wasn't going to make it anyway.
All right. So
I
Will
knew it. I knew that already. I was just mercy killing.
Uh-huh. So based off of the previous stuff, I believe Will is driving at a high rate of speed, question mark?
Absolutely.
All right. So give me a drive check. Let me double check. Fairly certain the vehicle in question is I just use sedan. That is okay. That is 0. Okay, so just give me a drive check. I am totally not crit hunting. Honest, I swear. Okay, I might be crit hunting.
Brian, I apologize in advance.
You're gonna roll an
he's tough.
18.
He can make it.
Yeah, see,
Well, you're
I wasn't even
fine.
worried.
Why'd you have the -2? Oh, right, because you're like, damn, this hurts. Getting too old for this crap, right? So for all intents and purposes, yeah, if you're gonna say something, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, we seriously have to stop reminding you that I had that negative.
Or you can just end up buying it off with the presumption that finally frickin' healed.
Or that Dr. Eric Lopez figured out a way to cure you.
There you go.
By killing you. Okay, so let's see here. So I have a vampire that has just been shot at. He is going to surge toward Eric at a high rate of speed. Make sure it's actually a high rate of speed. I'm not just blowing smoke. Wow. Okay. So an average rate of speed. So I guess he's just sort of like shambling toward you. And he is planning on trying to bite you. So he is doing a move and attack. This particular fellow does have a name, although it's not listed on there. So he is going to burn his fatigue. And interestingly enough, it doesn't apply there. So he's going to try to bite you, Eric. Can he do so? I think he can. All right. So, Eric, I have a successful bite unless you successfully defend.
Can I parry with a gun?
Yes.
Yes. If your parry is good enough, I don't know what the parry
Yeah,
would be.
well, I'm wondering what the parry would actually be though, because
It's going
not
to just be
guns.
based off of brawling. Yeah. Okay.
So-
You're looking at parry on your defenses.
Yeah, I got parry.
Yeah, that's
10.
just gonna be based off of that's just gonna be based off of your brawling parry. So yeah, you can totally do that.
Then
Fail.
I will.
Fail. I'm totally rooting for the vampires tonight. I want them to eat you all.
I will retreat and give ground, and I will parry. Now, so retreat,
Okay,
give ground to
Rich.
dodge, or one parry with boxing, judo, karate, fencing.
You're
I don't
not
think I
using
have any of
either of
those.
those.
Yeah.
So if you retreat with the Griv ground, you'd want to add that to dodge, because that would increase your dodge by 3. And that would put it at 12?
Yes, and then I can try an acrobatics dodge too, right? Can you also use acrobatics for parry?
There is an acrobatics parry, but I think it's a specialized skill, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, it only applies to dodge.
Acrobatics. I think dodge is probably going to be my best bet. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah, so
acrobatics dodge.
Do an acrobatics check first, and that is successful. So you will add an additional 2 to the dodge, so that would put your dodge up at 14. Now, how are you acrobaticsing this? I mean, are you like running up the wall? Are you doing a spinny side flip?
More than, I don't know what the arrangement of the hospital is. So more than likely, if it's a hallway
you're
or
just
something
like in
like
a
that,
hallway, yeah.
then yeah, I'd probably like, being a vampire, I'm probably like going up the wall or something, or
Well,
just,
you don't have clinging, so you can't do that. You'd have to have the
just,
ability.
or, I have the pretty decent jumping skill too. So I'm basically using the, jumping up against the wall. I acrobatically dodge out of the way, get while giving ground.
All right, so now make your dodge check and roll an 18. Because you got to admit, that would be hysterical.
Is there a plus modifier, or okay?
Honestly, in this case, you could just go +5 in the modifier box, and there you go. Not all of you can be as awesome as I am with the modifiers when I'm playing. Less so when I'm GMing.
All right, well, it's going to be +5 to my dodge.
Yep. Wow, +5. Yeah, so you should be fine. See?
So that was actually success by 5.
by 6 because it's +3.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So easy peasy. He comes there, he lunges for your throat, and you do this thing and get out of the way. Okay, so
Errors. Grievous
wow.
errors.
So I guess it's just wigging out anytime I change the names of the things in the combat tracker.
Okay. You've got Hugh and Lopez targeting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, the one that I just changed the name of, nobody has nobody's even seen it, and it's not targeting anyone. I haven't unhidden it.
But it might be doing like a refresh across the board.
Refresh, or that makes sense, since it has to calculate speeds and stuff like that. You should fix that.
Clear. I just had a look.
Alright.
It's not in the rule set. It's not in.
Clear what?
Clear those targets and then make the change. See if it still screws up. But yeah, that's not in the rule set. That's actually a script error in the core. Now make the change.
Yeah, making sure that all of them are cleared.
No, it's still getting the error.
Right. So you and Eric will need to retarget their things because I needed to clear it out for something. All right. So Comm Junkie, you just came up there, you took a swing with this thing at this lady, and it did not work, and she is going to counter by looking at you. She's going to lock eyes with you and hiss a command for you to kneel. I will need you to give me a will check. This is considered a supernatural power, so your bonus will apply, but she doesn't know that. You got that right, Comm Junkie?
We can't hear you.
So quiet. Phone call. We're in the middle of a game.
Phones weren't working.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
the phones aren't working.
I'm back. So she's coming at me.
No, she looked at she recoiled because your swing was kind of terrible actually, and she looks at you and she locks eyes with you and she hisses Neil. So you'll need to make a will check. This is supernatural, so your bonus will apply. Unfortunately for her.
Unfortunately for her. What was that?
Yeah, that
Plus
totally
8, right?
should. I think that's what you have. You're crazy with that. Yeah, that's totally how he should respond. Who's Neil? As he stabs her. Yeah, that ain't doing crap to you. You may have felt the flicker of compulsion sort of thing. Try to
Oh hell
do something.
no, lady! I'm
And
making you kneel.
yeah. Well, that was gross. Okay, and that guy's not doing anything at the moment because he's not or involved. All right, so in the sheriff's office, Finlay and Hurt have just seen their monstrous ladies. It's actually a couple of them, although I've only thrown the one on the tracker. They have like burst in. They have Hurt has observed Malia get thrown through the wall, well, through a door, and it looks like it kind of hurt. And you will observe, the people that are still working in the sheriff's department is mostly non-field people at this point, so they are freaking out as this thing, steps close to the receptionist, grabs her by the neck, and just lifts her up with no real apparent difficulty, and hisses. How is Hurt reacting?
One moment. He's going to react like a proper shooter would.
I don't think he has any hidden lore. I don't think he has any hidden
Ah,
lore.
that sucks. All right, so it takes him around to get the gun out. And then...
Finlay can give me a hidden lore vampires, by the way.
Damn it! That was the wrong goddamn. That was the wrong button.
Wow, you tried to fail that, bro.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
That could be skull, depending on the angle.
well, the first thing that I want to try to do is, are you positive on that? Because it is dark in here, and you would have lighting issues, which I should
I've
have
got night vision
mentioned.
4.
Okay, never mind. It's not going to be sufficient. Right. So I'm going to give this person a. Wow. Okay. So I was giving the vampire in question like a perception check to see if it would have been aware of the fact that you were drawing and shooting, and if it had, it would have used shield skill and put the receptionist in the way, because that would have been hysterical. Fortunately, it failed.
Oops.
So let's see. So it's going crap. So based off of what I'm saying there, I just put that vampire in a bad position, which means it didn't even notice the so it won't be able to dodge. Okay, so
Is the angle going to be sufficient for skull?
I don't know.
Coming from behind enough.
Give me a universe reaction roll. Let's see.
I thought you might do that.
I might do that. I don't know which of us created and started doing that. The universe is cold and indifferent, so it's just a face shot.
Right. Well then. Damn it. Bring that back up. So I need that then. 1. Ha! I get it anyway. Oh wait, that's jaw. Damn it.
Ha!
Well, that could be important right here.
Oh, that's true. Okay, and that is PI plus, which means it does half damage.
Damn it. Did I roll the wrong goddamn button again?
Making sure. Does this thing
that was
have
crap.
DR? Does it have DR? I guess they don't have DR. They just use their thing there. Okay, so I got to scroll back up. So you did.
Right. Ignore that.
That's a big mess. I don't know what's going on here. You shot him in the jaw for 12 points.
Jaw,
So that's
12
6.
points. Cheek, 8 points. And then ears or just face, I guess. 10 points.
Ow. Okay, so no -5 on knockdown, but it's in the face, so it does normally do that?
Major wound is -5. Not major wound is even.
None of those were major wounds. Because, well, injury tolerance
makes me
on
sad.
living. Well, it would have been major wounds if they didn't have injury tolerance on living. But you definitely shot her in the face like 3 times, and she recoiled and didn't like that at all. So I think, when it comes back around to her, she's going to probably throw the receptionist at you.
Well,
So Finlay, what was your success on the vampire check?
By 5.
By 5. So he is going to be pretty darn, and he's got perfect photographic memory, so he's going to be pretty familiar with the Black Court, what they are capable of. They don't breathe, they don't eat, they have dark vision, they have a dominance ability, which is basically mind control, but it takes some time. Normally, it's depending on their age, it can be like an instantaneous thing, or it can be like not. It just depends. Bonus hit points, strong, very high strength, high health. They also have what is called indefatigable, where they can use fatigue points for extra effort, but it does not reduce their fatigue. They have injury tolerance and living, obviously leech. They are considered unkillable unless A, decapitated, B, set on fire, C, sunlight. The dependency, coffin with the soil of their homeland. Dependency, human blood. Well, that's not going to be a problem right now. They have dread of running water, a dread of threshold energy, which is not going to apply in this case because that threshold energy is basically that's the inviting someone into your home, and since this is a place of business, that does not apply at all. Vulnerabilities: fire ×2. They're actually weak to garlic. Weakness to holy water, weakness to holy weapons, weakness to sunlight, and weakness to true faith. So he's fairly familiar with what these buggers are capable of. And also in the brief seconds that his brain is cycling through that information, he most definitely is aware of Hurt drawing and going bang, bang, bang. How is Finlay reacting?
Would it be safe to assume that Finlay would have started, even though it wasn't explicitly stated before, that Finlay was now carrying after all this craziness?
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a particular issue with it. What are you looking at carrying? Because if it's like a shotgun, you're going to have had to check that in at the sheriff's department.
It's he has a cult government.
All right, yeah. So Will approves. Somewhere in his car, he's like giving you a guy nod across town.
That's not very British of you.
Well, it's what was here.
He's been living in America for a while, and maybe he has joined the cult of the 45.
Should have a Browning high power.
Something to look into. So he will be drawing that. He doesn't have fast draw, so that's gonna be pretty much it.
All right, so it's pretty much you will definitely see the undersheriff is definitely, once these things come in there and they're throwing people around and there's gunfire, they're screaming, he is reaching under his desk and producing a shotgun and advancing.
I was about to say, please be a shotgun.
And And as he's doing that, Professor Hawthorne is looking like, what the hell? And getting out of the line of fire of both of you guys because he doesn't know what's going on. All right, Comm Junkie.
All right. Let's try
This
this
lady
again.
just tried to do some mind mojo on you.
So I'll kind of have a quirk. I'll give her a smirk and go, wrong dance partner. And then again, I'll do I'll actually do a double attack. Well, I'll do the feint and attack again, trying to make sure I get past her defenses or attempts to, and once more targeting the neck.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one to beat on that feint.
Not so tough because I'm rolling with Daniel's dice.
Yeah,
Daniel's like, you can keep those things, buddy. Okay. You juke to the right, and she, fully expecting her to sort of defend against it, while you were already going to the left with the knife, but doesn't look like she bought that.
Okay.
Now you know how Daniel feels, right? Okay,
I want to
so
close and restart and reset the R and G.
okay, so if you look at the map, I have sort of placed or relocated Draven and Will. So you guys are not going to be able. You're basically moving down. What the hell is that street? That is 3rd Street. I think that's 3rd Street. Yeah, that's like the primary east-west sort of thing, which would have taken you to the Dude Hotel down here. I think. No, that's not right. Well, it's in that section, and you are forced to come to a stop, and Draven immediately will remember, oh crap, yeah, this makes sense, because that the road where you're at currently is blocked off based off of the parade that was supposed to go through there.
Is there any parade ongoing ahead of it?
There are a lot of people lined up and very on either side. There are probably like some of the parade you can see. It's probably not at the point where it starts to curve, but it does look like some of the parade has come through there.
Okay, well, then I'm just gonna.
Yep.
I'm just gonna not. I don't want to endanger anybody, so I'm gonna try and just take a different route to get where we need to go.
Unless Draven jumps out, it's Draven's turn. What is Draven doing?
Draven was just going to tell Will to put your lights and siren on and just drive through the parade, but he chilled a bit. He succeeded his impulsiveness. Find us another way around, Will.
So give me a. Draven has night vision, right?
Yes.
Because it did occur to me I should have mentioned this. At this point, based off the darkness penalty, blah 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 blah. Where's it at? Damn it! I know where it's at. I put it on the calendar because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to know this. So the sun has gone down. It is treated right now. It's being treated as a deep twilight, which would be -3 out there, unless you are right now. Macarthur is not affected by that simply because of the volume of various lanterns and stuff like that in the parade stuff. But where Draven and Will are at the moment, it is definitely deep twilight. But give me a perception check, Draven. I guess you would be ignoring the -3 since you have better than that in night vision. Wow, that's a really good roll by 9. You are able to see. Okay, I should relocate that. It's like right there at the. You guys are past the curve and where it does the straight line, but you can see that the people, closer to this corner down there, are starting to act like they are panicking against something. And the panic hasn't spread, to you guys yet, or to where you're at yet, but it is like, there's that whole the panic wave where it's like it's gathering, or it's not gathering, but spreading.
Draven's going to point this out. Look, down the end of the street. It started.
Okay.
Okay, Eric. You are now in close range. If you use the pistol, you will be applying the bulk penalty to it, which may not be any better or worse against your against the rank. Yeah, it'll be 1 point less. It looks like. Yeah.
So -1.
No, you'll be minus for the bulk penalty of the firearm. If you use the firearm at this range. Okay, also you fired.
Oh, so
7.
-4.
Hold on, 8 minus 3 is 5. Right. So you have five rounds remaining. But yeah, if you still continue to do the point blank, it's just you apply the bulk instead of the range because, well, that's what you do.
So it's 16 -4.
Your shooting is 16.
Yes.
Then yep, that sounds right.
So I can decide to do only 2 shots, right?
Yeah, you can do 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot. Generally, what I would I do in that case is I add extra lines and fix the rate of fire as I would want. In this case, if you're wanting to just do 2 shots and you don't want the ammo counter to tick down 3 shots, you can just change the rate of fire of your hollow points to 2.
Okay. So this time I'm gonna fire off 2 rounds, so 16 -4. Now my gun skill is actually 17 now. So does the combat already?
Why did the guns go up? Guns pistol go up?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me lower it. See if it changes
did you no wait, did you increase it on? Okay, so right, you increase the skill. You need to manually increase the thing on the combat. Yeah, they're not tied together.
So I have 17 -4 then.
Yes.
Two shots. 17.
All right, let's see. I think I'm going to try to. Do I have acrobatics? That'd be awesome if I did. Oh, man, he doesn't have acrobatics. That is absolutely too bad. But let's see. His parry is slightly worse than his dodge. However, he's going to extra effort it and not take any stuff. See if I can't dodge that. I succeeded by 2, so I dodged both of your bullets. Ha 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 ha.
Evil.
He is going to eat you. He's telling you. He's like, I'm going to eat you. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So what is Will doing?
Well, if Draven spies something Will cannot see, I will do as Draven orders.
Well, once he points out that oh yeah, look, it's spreading. It started. You can definitely see people further down there, not acting like they're waiting for a parade, but more like, I think I'm gonna get the hell out of here, and I'm gonna go in all sorts of directions.
Okay, well, this time I will hit the lights of the siren, and I'm going to blaze up 3rd Street to get us to that location.
Okay, so let's see here. So 2 things. First, give me a universe reaction roll. Let's see, how difficult the terrain. Oh, wait, would that be right? I don't know if that'd be right. Hold on. Where's the chase circumstances thing? I've got that. What does that do? Oh, that's boring.
Since this is Halloween, you've so got to have Elliot and E.T. and the gang walking down the street, and we just run them over. You need that Easter egg in there.
Chase circumstances may not work. It's definitely going to be one of the various trick-or-treaters back there. Although the kid who's dressed up probably doesn't get it. It's totally for his parents. So yeah, go ahead and give me a universe reaction roll to see if the route is very unclear and it's neutral, so it's indifferent. I was going to totally say if it was bad, you were going to need to you could potentially hit someone. So give me again a drive check.
Pushing my luck. Oh, hey, I've got luck.
No, that's totally me that's pushing your luck. Okay, so you nearly clipped Elliot and E.T. As they were just wandering haphazardly. You're not sure what that kid's doing all by himself out there. Hopefully he's not being super creepy. So once you guys get to the corner of 3rd and Date, which is right there, you are very quickly, I think that's right. Yeah, 3rd and Date. You're quickly able to determine you're not going to be able to proceed any further in the vehicle because of the various parade cars and such like that were traveling through there. Quite a number of them look like they have been abandoned, like people just dove out of them. You'll see people running in all directions, and you can also see definitely see some people doing bad things to people, like biting their necks or throwing them around really far.
Okay, Draven?
What do you got in the trunk of this car?
I've got my assault rifle.
So Draven's gonna jump out of the car.
And my shotgun.
Draven's gonna jump out of the car, run to the back, bash on the trunk, open it up.
Yep, I'll open it for him.
So Draven will.
We hear the Dreamweaver song.
Draven's going to, pull out the shotgun and assault rifle, and he'll say, "Get your ass over here."
And Elliot and E.T. walk over and say, "Yes." Trick or treat, mister.
Scram, get back to your parents. And Will wince and get out of the vehicle and join Draven.
Draven will toss the assault rifle to him.
Wow,
Right.
sir, is that real?
No, what are you talking about? He's going to do that, and he's like, the kid's going to go trick or treat, and you're like, going to scram, and this is no lie. The kid's going to go, and then when it comes around, he's gonna attack Draven. It's a baby vampire.
Sweet.
Yeah, we need the bridge scene in Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Okay, so at the hospital, the vampire that has just managed to duck out of the way of Eric's gunfire comes back, and he is like slashing with his hands, not going for the bite, but he is going to successfully slash you unless you manage to avoid him.
Again, retreat, give ground. I'm going to acrobatically try to dodge the attack.
I need you to roll an 18 on one or both of those.
No, that's my job apparently tonight.
Well, I'm sure Daniel is perfectly happy to give that up.
Mm-hmm.
He misses.
Okay, so Elliot E.T. is going to lunge up at Draven. Luckily, Draven has combat reflexes, so he is not caught by surprise as this kid, vamps out and does a slash at him. And will barely, but successfully connect unless Draven successfully defends.
Draven will retreating dodge.
Possibly with a
Holy crap, just as well I retreated.
Oh, right. I was about to say, yeah, you failed, but yeah, I forgot. +3. Okay, yeah. So he does that. It's going to slice up your. Oh, dude, that was your favorite Darth Maul shirt.
Oh, this kid's gonna die.
Well, yeah, probably. Wait, no, he already did that.
He's gonna die again.
Okay, so Com Junkie, you are getting slashed at by this lady who was a little surprised that you ignored her her order. Right, yeah. Slash! And I have a successful slash unless you successfully defend. It is so weird to think of him as an acrobatics guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to envision that.
Maybe if we watched Moon Knight.
No, what? No, I'm talking about you right now.
Oh,
Well,
Okay.
I'm thinking it's not necessarily, full on gymnastics, more like throwing himself over and around things.
Yeah, he does that, or he throws himself back against the backing and bounces off of the concrete wall behind, or the brick wall behind him. Okay, so as I stated last time, the one that just got shot in the head is going to throw the person at hurt. Let's see. I'm going to make sure that it is strong enough because, I think it's going to be strong enough because its lifting strength is considered to be 29.
right. What's the basic lift for that?
It doesn't tell me on this. Let me look at the GCA. I think I have that open. Basic lift is zoom in. Damn it, where's the zoom in button? I need to replace my glasses. Basic lift is 168, it looks like.
Wow. Okay, you might be able to throw her.
Yeah, so just gonna toss her at you. Wow, I didn't realize my. Oh, and also has the super effort capability. So yeah, I can definitely easily lift her. He throws her at you, and wow, may successfully actually hit. You want to parry? You want to parry the old lady receptionist?
I do not.
You
I
gotta
do
admit,
want to
it'd be
go.
funny.
I am going to use a fatigue on that, though.
And then in its second,
And I can't retreat. Wow.
okay. So, how much damage does a 130-pound woman do? That would be that
Well.
martial arts thing, right?
We dealt with that a while back. Because somebody else threw somebody.
It's, I think, based on her strength.
That's the case. That's not going to be a lot at all, because she's going to have like an 8 or a 9. She's like an old
Was
lady.
it just considered a collision?
Yeah, I think that's how we did it.
How far?
Your second opponent defends normally, although the incoming body counts as a weapon with the weight equal to the first victim's strength.
That doesn't
So,
matter.
yeah, if both fail, each takes thrust crushing damage plus skill bonuses. Oh, so
Okay.
is that based off of mine?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not based off of the old lady. That's based off the
No.
vampire.
Well, the vampire's the one throwing her, not her. She's not jumping at me.
Right. So this could hurt a lot. You sure you don't want to luck that and avoid?
Oh, I totally forgot I had that. I'm lucking that. To be fair, I only just added that. Wow.
Okay, so
Mark,
you managed
Don't
to
give me the
dodge.
damn dice back.
Well, you did dodge with the second one. You managed to dodge Doris as she apparently takes 14 points of damage from possibly 15. Now she's going to take 15 because she's going to hit a wall, I think.
It's probably going to put her in the negative.
Yeah, well, she's not going to be getting up anytime soon. But that
No.
jerk threw Doris. And let's see, since I was letting most everybody, I completely forgot with Eric and his opponent. So there's at least that. What's the other thing it's going to do? This thing is going to lock eyes with Hurt and tell him to throw down his weapons. I need a will check from him.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I just used my luck too.
Well, you got
Okay.
what's your will check?
Here we go. Yeah, it's gonna fuck me.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So you failed by 3. I thought I was gonna not succeed because it was success by 0. So you will throw down your weapon. But luckily that's all she told you to do. She didn't say anything else.
I wonder if I should get a bonus for gunslinger.
Why would you get a bonus for gunslinger?
Because it's like against the code.
That might actually count, rolling
No.
against a gunslinger skill instead.
No, it will not. Well, I just threw down my friggin' gun.
Yeah, and then you're like, why did I do this? That doesn't make any sense. Nothing saying you can't go get your gun back.
Well, I don't exactly have any choice, do I?
You're totally going to hear Doris going, oh.
I am going to have to try to fast draw from the ground, which I don't know if that works with a pistol.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Do you have gunslinger?
Yes.
Then gunslinger skill does
That's
work
not
with
what
fast drawing.
That's not what. Ignore that. Brain. I want fast draw from the ground. Odd positions.
Yeah,
Is it
odd
minus two?
position.
No. That is not the one. Damn it. It's going to take me too goddamn long to find it. I think it was -3 or something like that. But I don't think that made it ready for use. And I'm going to continue to roll shit today.
Mark is like, keep it.
So, how many rounds do we have here?
You're basically going to spend your turn retrieving your weapon.
So
Based
one round.
off of that, because you're going to have to. Like,
I mean, how many
crouch?
rounds? You said we weren't in exactly in combat
Yeah. It's
time,
like it's
so,
basically like 2 rounds ish.
so I can't get it back up.
Yeah.
Then I'm
but
going
you won't
to
be able to shoot.
But I am going to flip on the weapon light.
All right, noted.
Which means if she's looking straight at me, she's potentially going to be blinded.
If that does anything to him.
If it does anything.
All right, Finlay. You're going to be aware of the undersheriff, definitely racking in a load. And, darting to the door as quickly as a man of his size is capable of doing so.
It's not as dark as it was.
And he's like, cursing. Not in his damned office. He's absolutely going to shoot at somebody.
I'll shout, she's the evil one, shoot her, and I'll fire at her.
Well, it's not just her. There is another one in there, but I didn't put it in there. And I was figuring, the undersheriff is probably targeting that one.
Would that be the same one that threw the receptionist?
No.
Okay, then I'll fire at the one that tossed the receptionist.
That's the Sheriff Black Court vampire.
Okay. Bang. Let's see. You would so roll the damage, please. He is going to be aware that these are not going to be as effective against the vampires as he would like.
It's what he has.
Okay, plus is half, so that is going to be 5 points. Doesn't like that. Needs
Too bad.
to eat somebody. Who's he going to eat? She needs to eat somebody to recover some hit points. Okie dokie. So, Macarthur, there, comm junkie. You got the the fight going on around you. You're going to see off in the distance Father Andrew sort of like, defending some people against a couple of those vampires who are like, recoiling away from him. So I guess that's good.
All right.
Well, based off of the rolls, it looks like you may have given Daniel his dice back, or given
That's what I'm hoping.
Mel's dice. Well, let's see if that is the case, or if you're actually just wrong and you're rolling like crap tonight.
Well,
I vote
here
for the
comes-
latter.
What? Yeah, third time's the charm, right? So here comes the feint.
Oh.
All right, it's a little bit better.
I need. Where is my parade person? There they are. Damn it! Keep wanting to click on the all-seeing eye instead of just clicking on the thing, the sword. Okay. So.
Hey, I
All
pulled it off
right.
at the neck. That is a -5 for the neck.
So based off this tells you everything you need to know. Based off all those feints that both that me and Daniel tried to do last week, I still have to look up how feints work because
Become
none of
negative.
them were freaking successful.
Defense minus fail.
Okay, so I got that. That would be minus that. Okay, well that is not good news for me. I'm gonna extra effort it to reduce that. That is still not great news. Okay, let's see. So, wow. Okay, let's see here. And I could tell immediately that that thing failed to dodge because it had an effective dodge of 6, and one of the dice was a 6. So I'm like,
Yeah. Well, hey,
okay.
I get 6 points of cutting. Well, 4 points minus DR times 1.5. So
No DR, it looks like. So times 1.5, so that's going to be 6 points of damage.
Yep. Cutting to the neck.
Yeah, I'm going to have to eat you to retrieve that hit points.
No, she can try.
She will. Okay, so Draven, a kid in a Elliot costume in ET lunged up and tried to bite you. That was a little bit of a surprise.
All right, so Draven wants to halt versus Loki, this kid. So grab him by the legs and start using him as a rag doll.
He is still supernaturally strong.
Yeah, but he's
even though
light as
it's
a feather.
kid.
So Draven's still going to grapple him.
Okay. Then grapple. You lunge for him, and like grease lightning, he slides right out of your grip. That little brat is fast.
Cutting to the neck is ×2.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh wait, right, you can't see my results. All right, there, Fran Javier. This vampire wants to eat you. Hello.
Hey, sorry about that. Give me a moment, okay? All right, he's gonna go ahead and just fire all 3 rounds.
I've not hit
I'm
with any of them.
going to luck that.
Have you used luck tonight?
No, I have not.
Damn it, I didn't get the time.
I figured you were just typing it down.
I'll take the maximum of 2 hits.
So he tries, lunges, but you are ready for it this time because it seems like he kept going the same way. So he takes what? 2 hits?
2 hits.
2 hits.
Does hit location matter with unliving?
I don't think so. I don't think they have vitals when they're unliving. Is that not correct?
I think they still have vitals and all that, but there's like the
I know how much
wounding modifiers.
Well, that's maybe what I was thinking of. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit. Okay, so got 16 points, and that is actually going to be
Full
16
damage.
points. That's actually a major wound, but I don't think it's gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. And 11 points to one of the arms, but that is going
right
to
arm.
be hit points divided by 2 plus 1 max. So now I have to do math because math is my spawn.
6.
So that is not, no, it's based off of mine.
Oh, got
so that is not going to cripple that arm. Which is like, damn. However, you have done save that piercing and impaling to any location other than the eye, skull, or vitals uses the wound. Okay, so I guess right now I'm thinking injury tolerance, no vitals. That's actually a specific injury tolerance.
Well, homogeneous also doesn't have any vitals.
No, I mean the reason I was thinking
we ran into that before.
Yeah,
when
the
we fought
reason
the
I
demons,
was
they were homogeneous.
Yeah, the reason I was thinking these guys might have had that is higher level, not higher level, older black court vampires will go from injury tolerance and living to like injury tolerance, unliving, comma, no vitals, comma, stuff like that. But yeah, those rounds absolutely did some serious damage. You can see big old chunks of him have been blown out. And if he was a living person, you are fairly confident that he would be falling down in agony or dead.
Oh, I know some stuff about vampires, so I'm pretty sure he's in pain, but he's hurting.
He's fine. Okay, he might not be fine.
All right, Will's turn.
All right, Padre, what is Will doing
Well,
as this little kid lunges up at Draven and tries to eat him?
so has he successfully grappled him?
He did not. No, he lunged for him, but the kid like ducked out of the way.
So can I fire on this kid without risk of hitting Draven?
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be awesome on the news. Highway or state police officer guns down feral child. Actually, now that I think about it, they might not even, they're like, this is the weirdest thing. I'm filming this, and I can see them fighting that kid. But when I look at the camera, there's nobody on. They're fighting nobody.
So I'm not going to worry about all that. I just know that we are dealing with the supernatural, and I'm going to take this thing out if I can.
One thing at a time. First, don't die. Second, explain it.
So I'll aim for this kid's head. Well, I guess not aim, but I'll fire at his head. Which one am I? Am I doing the parade? That's the one.
Elliot E.T. Blackcourt.
All I see is a parade, Blackcourt.
Sorry, I should have shared it.
Okay.
Or unhidden it.
Can I target him in the tracker?
Yeah, it just well, I can
Control click.
Thank you. -5 for the old head.
Hold on. That would be the case. This is going to be like sort of in close range. So you would theoretically, unless you take a step back to where you're like at, what's the bulk of that weapon?
One moment. Bulk is -3.
Okay, so it wouldn't matter because my thinking there was like if your bulk was more than -3, you might want to take a step back until you were in short range. Short range,
yeah,
yeah.
short range,
But that's the same.
With gunslinger.
Yep, you will get. If this is a rifle, you'll get half your weapon, half the rifle act without aiming.
Okay, so that will cancel out my pain modifier. So I think I'm just going to roll at a -5 for the head.
I want you to roll an 18 and accidentally shoot Draven.
Okay.
You got to admit that'd be funny.
Here we go.
All right, that's
Noise.
not bad. Looks like I dodged all but one of those.
Okie dokie.
But still, one of them is not bad. Especially when you roll like that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what was the...
Actually, PI is at ×1.
Yeah, but look at the low damage you did.
True, 8. But I mean, it's still 8 points, not half.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt a little bit, quite a bit actually, because it's basically a skull. All right, so it is going to hurt a lot, but it does, but it made its major wound check. Wow, even with that's an awesome roll. Okay, because I just realized, oh yeah, I needed to apply the -10 for skull or brain, but that would be a success by 0 in that case. Woo! All right, so you shot it. One of the rounds very clearly hit, and you saw something splattering from the brain, the little or the skull, the little thing jerks back and is like gonna look at Draven and tell Draven, kill him. I need you to while pointing at you. I need Draven to give me a will check, please.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so you have currently failed this temporary mind control, and
Does Will have luck?
it ain't Will.
I will use luck.
Raven. Yes,
Okay.
use luck.
Okay. That's too bad. I don't want you to succeed. I need to figure out how to do a Benny thing to where you go, oh no, I'm gonna fail that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can re-roll.
Okay. That one's better. And that one is the same.
Well, I'll take the worst of whatever those were.
Which would have been the same as the first roll. So effectively, for your next attack, you need to target Will, but it's only going to be a that one attack, and then you'll be like, wait, what did I just do that for?
Maybe not.
This guy. This guy actually has to make a check, although he's going to be fine. Let's see. So, hospital dude's in a bad way right now. Let's see here. Okay. So here's an interesting question for you, Eric. What floor are you guys on?
How many floors does the hospital have?
I don't know. I have to look at the thing. Let's see. Where's the hospital? Where's the hospital? Where's the hospital? Where's the hospital? Damn it.
I'd say it doesn't look like it has more than 2. And given that people just started screaming, it probably started at the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I was in my office, so.
No, you weren't in your office. You were in the looking for
Oh
files.
yeah, the records. Yes. True.
It might have more than 2, because that I scrolled over to get the thing. Let me look.
All right. It's going to jump out the window.
Oh, he's gonna try. Or he was thinking about it, but yeah, just looking at that thing probably doesn't have more than 2 floors. In fact, I think that definitely doesn't have more than 2 floors. Okay, so he was thinking
Well,
about
I'd
it.
say 1 through 3 were on the first floor, 4 through 6 were on the second floor. We're on the second floor.
Okay, so what was that? So he's going to have to extra effort this, but he is going to dart toward the window and go through the window and fall to the ground floor. And it does occur to me he's going to possibly land on a car. Maybe an ambulance, because that would be funny too. Okay. This lady is probably getting a little irritated with fighting with Mac, and I think he's probably the same way, although she has been cut. So what can she do to make you go away? I am looking at her stuffs here. She's overconfident. She thinks she can take him. She is going to try to grapple Macarthur in order to bite him.
All right. So this is
Okay, so she has a successful grapple attempt unless you defend, which you'll probably you can do any defenses.
so she reaches for me, and I kind of do a tumble roll over the hood of a car, or attempt to successfully
Nice.
attempt to.
Well, you got the tumble part. Let's see if you actually managed the dodge part.
Yay!
All right, so yeah, you just rolled over the hood of a car as she went for there and lunged and tried to get you and was unsuccessful. This one is the one in the sheriff's office is going to be doing basically. Oh yeah, let's see. She's gonna do. Can I do that? Let me double check that. I need to look. She's gonna be possibly burning a fatigue for.
Is she coming at hurt?
Yeah, she's gonna be going over the desk and coming at hurt.
Okay. Well, if a normal person were to look directly at me right now, they would have to make a health -4 roll or be temporarily blinded.
Unfortunately, they have ridiculous healths. Wow, I
Well-
tried to fail that.
I wish you had.
I did not. I think all she's going to be able to do is go over the desk and come toward you. Cause can you include like a jump and a move and attack in a move and attack?
Yeah.
All right, so wow, her jump is not great. Let's see here. All right, wow. Then I rolled like that. So she's going to spring over the desk and lunge toward you using the extra effort heroic charge thing. And she's clearly attempting to grapple because she needs to replenish some of this hit points that you guys done to her. So you may defend from my barely successful grapple attempt.
That means I can actually use judo for that.
You can theoretically use judo for that.
I don't know what that gets me though. No. J. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, judo, no hands parry. Try to wriggle out of that. So I would like to use a fatigue point.
Denied.
And
Feverish defense.
I can actually retreat.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
I should only need to retreat. I'm going to save
That's
that.
judo. You could use that for dot. Oh, right. Yeah, with the parry. Yep. That's +3 to the parry with judo.
Bada bing. Oh, just a little
You
more.
made it look easy. She came in there. You just sort of did the whoop whoop thing, and now she does not have a hold of you at all.
Right. Well, probably not going to. Well, I did retreat, so I've got a little bit of distance.
Yeah, you're still going to be at. Was it close? Is that right?
Well, if I have room, I'm going to take a step away and try to get a little more distance so she can't bat the gun down, because I am going to try to shoot her in the friggin' skull. That's going to be tough, though. Yeah, I can do it. I can do that. Yeah.
And then Finlay's
Here
going to
we
come
go.
out there and feel really sad because he didn't get to shoot the guy.
I shot someone.
All
I
right.
don't know if I should try to that.
Okay, that's going to get me... Oh, and don't forget the reflex this time. And
I
that
forgot
will
the
be
reflex,
okay.
sorry.
All right, here we go. Well, a hit's good. More would have been better.
Yes. Unfortunately for her, where is she at? There she is. Well, luckily for that, based off the damage you and Ethan have done to her, he is at half move, half dodge. So,
Oh, yay.
oh man, that was 1 point shy of actually successfully making the dodge check.
Whew. All right, here we go. Make it count.
All right, so that's PI plus, which is why is PI plus half damage as opposed to regular piercing?
I think we saw that before, and I think that was a mistake. But this is to the brain, so...
Still, it just seems really odd.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
-2. So do I when do I multiply these?
So
I guess it doesn't matter.
the wounding
Multiplication,
modifiers for unliving don't count against the skull.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so wow, that is a lot of damage.
I bloody hope so.
Okay, so that puts her into a death check, but she has unkillable. I have to remind myself, Achilles heel, you didn't decapitate her. You haven't set her on fire. You haven't, there's no sunlight there. So
I think
have to look
that
at
just means death isn't permanent.
cannot be killed. You're subject to all the other effects. You feel pain, wound slow, you can stun, you lose that is, I believe, unkillable 1. You never need to make. You can survive and even function if you remain conscious down to -10. Wow. As long as you're alive, they don't. Okay, wow, that is potentially worse than I thought. So, good lord, that is a lot of damage you have to do to these buggers. No
Well,
wonder people
yeah.
hate the Black Court.
It is
Um,
still a
Yep.
brain shot, I guess.
Understand.
So there's that.
Let's see. So I am rolling effective 6, 5, 6, 10. Okay, so that's fail by 4. So definitely stunned.
I think we need to stun her some more.
So yeah, so you open fire. You know that is a solid hit. You saw like large chunks of the skull go flying. You can see light through it, and you're like, this bitch didn't fall down. What the hell?
Not the weirdest thing I've seen recently.
Not the weirdest thing you've seen in the last 24 hours. Well, it's possibly close. Finlay, what is Finlay doing there, Andricus?
Is there any like wooden furniture around?
I am certain you can find some wooden furniture. Let's see. How does that work on there? Hold on.
You need a crappy
double
chair leg.
check.
Yeah, essentially a crappy chair leg,
hold
or
on,
if there's even a flagpole.
Broom handle.
Yep.
He is aware that does nothing. That is a myth. Using stabbing them in the chest or in the heart with the stake is a myth. They are unkillable unless they are decapitated, set on fire, or placed out in the sunlight. He
Okay.
knows
I thought
they
I
are
misheard and heard sticking there.
he knows they are vulnerable to fire, in which case fire does double normal damage. Weakness to garlic, weakness to holy water, weakness to holy weapons, weakness to sunlight, and weakness to true faith.
Weakness to true faith.
And you said it's
I'm a devout
right.
Catholic.
darker
Yeah, but
outside.
you don't have the true faith advantage. That's an
okay,
actual
got
advantage. Yes, that's why they come out at night, which just totally means that Faith always does 1d of damage every time she touches them, right? Again, I don't think that's how that works, but yeah, it's the sun has definitely gone down. It's gotten dark.
Okay. Hurt have light.
What? I felt like you were missing some words in that statement or question.
I'm trying to keep it within the 1 second thing, but I'm asking Hurt if he has a light.
It's in my pocket.
Burner.
Yeah, I think you
I'm busy.
I think in a second you would probably it's like need fire or burn them or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can see that Hurt's Hurt's right there in the middle, doing judo crap and shooting her, so you can't really carry on a conversation with him. So clearly you need to come up with something there.
You need a torch.
I don't think torches would help in this scenario. There's no fire in them.
Not that kind of torch.
I had to make the joke.
Don't go wobbly.
Well, no, because he doesn't have true majoring. Never mind. He's not wizard.
It is probably worth noting.
He is capable of minor stuff, though. what are you thinking? Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Can you do ignite? Can you do ignite fire?
That's kind of exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Let's find out. Let me double check. Let's see. So he
Why you
has
double check? I was
5
going to say that.
points. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that the shooting that we have done has had a noticeable effect on her. So it's probably worth shooting her some more if you don't have a better idea. Get her unconscious, then we can do whatever we need to.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. More bullets then.
That's a lame point. Ignore everything
More
Daniel
gaga.
says.
Of course, if you can
Because
do
it's
ignite
boring.
fire and set her hair on fire, then by all means.
Well, I probably can. It'll just take a while. I would think at least.
Maybe.
Like what, 3
Depends.
to 6 seconds ish?
It depends. I'm looking up the ignite thing to see what that is with regards to how expensive that is, because I thought that was a normal, it's a crate fire or something like that. Conjure, chill, babble, body, air jet, bag of bones. Damn it, it's not there. Okay, so where is that? That's gonna be not that. It's gonna be over there. Hold on, just a second. One 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. That's more than a second, Phil. I am terrible. Terrible, terrible.
You have only yourself to blame.
I do,
But you can choose to blame someone else.
and I will. I choose it. There's that, and damn it, I moved the stupid thing that I needed. Brainstorm. There. Nope. Nope. Damn it. Are you shiting me? Come on, dude. This is crazy. Why can't I find what I need immediately? Can I blame Mark?
It could be worse. You could be looking right at the fast draw from the ground and not see it.
Oh, I've never done that. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. Damn it.
Well,
Let's see. So, because it's like, it's going to be create. I don't want to build the stupid thing because I've got a thing that has it all crap built. So I'm like, why can't I find this stupid thing?
perhaps Finlay should just shoot.
Yeah, I don't know where the stupid thing is located at. That is actively honking me off. I mean, actively honking me off. I use it all the time, and it's just disappeared on me. It went poof.
Okay, Andricus, shoot her some more.
Yeah. Away go the bullets. Successfully.
You just go in torso.
Yep.
Hey, you get lucky, hit vitals maybe.
Nope.
Still has vitals.
He's not lucky.
Not this time.
All right. Wow, that's again. I only failed by 1, even though her dodge is 5.
Yeah, so you get 2 chances. Good roll though.
I'll take it.
Yeah, roll the hit location thingy again.
Oh,
Ew, it
Oh.
wanted to. Alas.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that probably is supposed to be ×1 for large piercing. You know, I could check that.
All right, so you did a total of how much damage? Sorry, I was
I did the
double
12. I'm rolled max.
12, and that is that's 12 and what you hit twice, right?
Yeah.
Only
Or is
by
it
one.
just the one? Well, it
Just
says
one.
maximum 2 hits. Okay, 12 points. Yeah, so find that out for me, Daniel. And if it is where it should be more, then I
Yeah,
will
we'll have
need
to fix
to
it.
add more than I have added. All right,
So if
so
you just tell me
you,
something-
Macarthur, you are in the process of, dealing with the things. Yeah, say it's large
Yep.
piercing ×1/2. That's
No,
so weird.
the problem here is piercing should be 1/3. That's what's
Okay,
missing.
right. I thought that looked wrong. Okay, so I will have to fix that stupid wounding modifier thing. So you're in the process of fighting there. You've got done the wrestling. You've seen the various people in the background that are fighting. Behind her, like just sort of standing in the center of the crazy, and just looking around with a damn it, where is I have the stupid image, I just can't, right, it's down there, at the just sort of standing in the middle of the crazy and completely unaffected, as if nobody is seen, is a vaguely familiar looking person. Contrary to the image, she doesn't look particularly happy. In fact, she's like looking around kind of sad.
That's because she's black and white.
No, she's really not.
She looks it.
She's
Yeah,
just super
that's
pale.
All right. So, what is Macarthur doing?
So I'm kind of wanting to get her into a judo throw option, but she has to come at me and I have to parry with the judo.
Well, you can grab her and do a throw from there.
Yeah, that's true.
If he's strong enough, she might just
That's
pick him
another
up
matter.
and throw him.
Oh, I just got to
No,
get
actually
into
not.
I just got to get the basically the lock and then just
You
throw her
just
to the
need to
ground.
stop throwing or rolling like Daniel. That's all.
Right.
You've got other
So-
capabilities. Surely
Yeah.
you can use something.
I know.
What you do is you wrap her up, and then you get that knife and you just go to sewing machine on her.
So I guess I'm going in for a grapple with her where I'm in,
Here's
In
hoping you don't
control.
regret that.
Yep.
Sometimes
Right.
when the demon comes down at you, you just gotta grab that thing and try to take it to the ground. And take your lumps.
Okay.
I'll be a
so
dance partner.
she is going to retreating dodge, and is barely able to succeed, but is able to succeed.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to let the universe decide the lethality of this attack.
The vampire told you to kill him.
Right, but there's different ways to kill. I could kill him by punching him. I could kill him by, skull crushing.
Don't forget his killing looks.
So I'm going to kill by grappling the throat.
All right. Well,
Are you going to do a neck lift?
this is against Will, remember? All right, Will. Draven suddenly lunged toward you.
Okay, so I have judo as well. I have karate. Let's see.
So
What can I do?
If you try to parry, then that would lead to the potential judo throw stuff. Judo throw.
All right. Can I do a... Let's see here. Hang on. Yeah, I think I'll try and parry.
All right. If you're using parry, if you retreat, that's going to be the +3 on that.
Okay. I'm hoping this is a correct parry skill or score. You said a +3?
What's your judo?
Well, is it judo or karate?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do.
I think
If you want to set up a
throw,
throw, you need to use judo.
Oh, I'm not going to throw this guy.
Okay.
That's like
Then
trying
just
to
take whatever's better.
I think I'll just try to parry with karate. So you said +3 if I do a
I believe
parry
it's,
and
I believe that's also with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Was that correct?
I think
so.
Well, my karate base skill is 17.
Yeah, that's correct. Then.
I love how we're like, maybe I think so. Hold on.
Well, the
Wibbly
way.
wobbly.
Okay, no, it says parry right there. Yeah, that's fine. I don't like the way it outputs that sometimes.
Okay, so Draven lunged toward him, and Will went and successfully parried. He went out the
vampire
window,
right out the window.
And probably hit the ground. Yep.
Is he moving?
You want you're moving over to the window to look out there. I think you're empty at the pistol, right?
Yes, I'm empty with the pistol rounds, but
He could throw
Yeah.
it at him. That thing would really hurt.
So when you limp over there, or not limp.
I don't need a limp. I only am damaged.
I was getting ahead of myself with regards to limping. You will see that he went out the window and landed on a car, and he has pulled himself off of the car and is like limping away.
I have the jumping skill in acrobatics. Could I jump down to? I mean, then if I reload my gun and I can kind of chase after him and shoot him down, right?
Yeah, I don't know what damn it, that's what I was looking for, the fall damage. That's what I was gonna look for, and then I got distracted trying to find Ethan's fire thing.
Yeah, how many spare mags you carry around for that thing?
Honestly, probably only one, because those things are freaking big.
I have 32 rounds of
Yeah, but you're not going to
reload.
be carrying all of that.
Yeah, so
around
I'd have
with you.
one reload.
I'm just imagining the first time he's carrying that thing and he goes to the bathroom and has to undo his belt. Just thunk.
The guy in the stall next to him is like, "Damn, bro,
That's what she said.
All right, following page 431. So crap. It's one of these. Fifth floor, no, second floor. That's how many yards up?
3-ish.
Okay, so that's 8 velocity. Hey, figure that out for
He's
me.
got acrobatics. If
I
he
have
makes his
talking about
acrobatics and I have
vampire.
jumping.
Oh.
Oh, you're
well,
trying to see if maybe the vampire took enough damage in the fall that he's not able to get back up?
Oh, he's gonna be able to get back up.
I'm
I'm just
what
wondering
was
how
the
much
so 3 yards? What's
his,
his hit points?
his max normal hit points.
Yeah.
25, I believe.
Okay.
25.
I'm gonna say the car probably doesn't count as a hard surface, so 1d minus 1.
Well, that's not that bad.
Oh wait, hold on. 2d.
2D minus 1.
No, just 2d.
How?
So the question is, can I use my acrobatics and my jumping skill to successfully jump down?
If you make an acrobatics roll when you fall, you reduce the fall effectively by 5 yards, so you would be completely unbothered.
Okay.
Just don't screw it up. Actually, no. Ignore me. Screw it up.
You did. I'm gonna listen to what you just said. Don't screw it up.
Nope.
So,
I want you to totally screw it up. You need to land face first. That is unacceptable. You should have totally rolled an 18 and
so
went
that's
smush.
so that gives me pluses to the jumping skill, or just basically
Jumping's
has
not
the.
necessary.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No, because this is I think you're like parkouring out the window.
And I will be in the process of also reloading my gun as I start
Well, we
chasing
sort
that
of shifted into frickin' actual tactical sort of semi-combat. I finally found the thing that I was looking for. So ignite fire for Finlay costs 6 energy. I do not think he can do it currently because you burned out your reservoir the other day
Oh,
to
that's right, for the tracking. Yep.
to do the tracking, and you have to spend some time to refill it with stuff like that.
Okay, so
Although
unlike normal magery, it's a conscious decision to recharge.
Honestly, it wouldn't make sense for him not to.
Well, he had a day to.
He did have a day to do that, so I'm gonna wave that away and say that's fine. So he can drop 5 of the 5 points that he has, but that will mean he needs 1 more energy point, which is what do we say it was? Was it 2
2 fatigue or 1 HP, I think.
I think it was like 3 fatigue and 2 HP, but I'm not positive because I can never remember.
I can't recall either.
Well, you could just take the 3 and call it good.
Yeah, I can drop 3 FP on it if we want to call it that. That's fine.
No, right where it's at. It's just naturally it's hidden and such like that. I've looked at it like a gajillion times. Yeah, so it's because it's gathering the energy. Everyone voluntary sacrifice 2 HP or 3 fatigue points translates into a point of energy.
I'll drop the fatigue.
Okay, so
Well, you're not up yet, though.
yeah, when it comes
when it
to your turn, and then you would need to make a path of energy check, I believe. Yeah. 'cause
All
it's gonna
right,
be
so I
back there.
successfully jumped down. And
All right, so
I'm
you are
going
on
into
the
chase
ground.
mode.
Yep,
I'm gonna-
you're going into pursuit mode.
Yeah.
So some stuff's coming out of your back, and you're crouching. No, never mind. Some of you won't get that.
I got it.
So I will start pursuing, reloading my gun, and popping off more shots after the reload.
Tracker.
Do you want me to go
Tracker, slacker.
keep going? Okay.
No, tracker. Produces a single spot of heat and is used to be said a readily flammable object. So now I need to double check. They are.
I would say if they're vulnerable to fire, then they're probably
I actually
flammable.
think. I actually think they have a. I just don't remember where it's at. There's a. I don't remember where it's at, but it's combustible or something like that. I thought they did. Weird. Okay, so what is Will doing after? Oh my God, Draven just lunged at you like a psycho. You're gonna have to put him down, bro.
I want to.
He went feral.
I'm going to simply target the little vampire's head again and say, "Eat lead, Danny Glick." And if that doesn't take you back, maybe I am the old guy here.
Okay.
Oh, I get the reference. Lost Boys. Right?
What was that?
Danny Glick from Lost Boys, right?
No, Salem's Lot. The Glick brothers.
Ah.
I know I've seen that one, but it's been a long time.
So I will use my luck.
You don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
You can totally miss. I'm fine with that. In fact, I prefer it.
Well,
That's
you know what?
better.
Add the modifier to that though.
Yeah, so that's not a margin crit since it's a -5.
Still 3 hits though, I think.
But that is
a crit though. Okay, so at least one of actually all 3 of those are going to hit, and I cannot attempt to dodge the other 2. So let's see. So then you also need to roll on the critical head blow? Or is it just the critical hit? I don't remember what's the point.
I guess was there a head blow?
there
been
is
a
a
while.
head blow table.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
okay. So that's that may make up for the. Actually, that
Ow.
does make up for the third, doesn't it? It gets rid of the third.
Oh,
Since the
right. Well,
piercing
this is
Oh, yeah, right to the skull. To the skull. My mistake. Your fault.
was that to the skull or was it to the face?
Well, I just targeted the head.
Yeah. So roll the
Yeah.
face table. That always messes me up.
All right, so that's gonna blow off the jaw, possibly.
Well, she's not going to be able to bite very well.
So that was for 1 bullet.
Yeah, you could roll it 2 more times. Uh-huh.
Skull hit.
Well.
If the attack was impaling, piercing, or tight burn. There's your skull.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I see 1, 2, 2 damages. There's don't see the third.
Damn. By God, if that doesn't take it down.
Damn. What are you talking about? That's totally not going to take it down. They're unkillable, remember?
Well, it might go unconscious.
But they still go unconscious.
Maybe.
What's left of his face and head?
Damn.
now it
that
can't
did a
bite
lot of
anymore.
damage.
I guess it can scratch you with his upper jaw.
At what point
Okay.
do they become decapitated purely because there's no head left?
Well, it's not decapitated. He's just like blowing little chunks out. He's using a 5.56. Those don't make that much of a hole.
Oh, I thought he was using a 45.
Well, he for some reason he got the
Yeah.
rifle because
Never
he's
mind.
a weirdo. That's going to be plus that, so that's only minus that. And let's see. All right, so he succeeded that. And gotta do that. God, he can't fail those. Okay. All right. So this guy does not seem to, or the little Elliot, you've like torn great large chunks. Well, not large chunks, but you put a lot of lead in that thing's face and skull, and you've got chunks of it hitting the ground and such like that. And it kind of knows it's in a bad situation here, and he is okay. So at this point, Draven, you are back to your normal selves or yourself. You're no longer under any psychic control. So
I continue
I'm
attacking Will.
Yeah. So I am going to need from both Draven and Will a fright check. This is in combat, so you're not going to. So you will get the various bonuses as this thing like emits this hideous shriek sort of sound and transforms into a bat. It's a very, very large bat. Hey, look, I got our bat time.
Finally.
And it is climbing into the sky. Not fast, because, well, it's, really, really messed up. All right, so Draven made his fright check just barely, because cap's at 13. I need that from Will as well, because what the hell?
Remind me again. It's a will check.
Cap's at 13, so you failed by 1. Since it's just by 1, we can deal with it afterwards.
He had the +5 on that as well.
Yeah, but it caps at 13.
Right, but his fail is effectively unfail. Yeah.
I technically failed by 3 because of my -2 of my IQ.
I
But
don't
you get
believe
a
that
plus
affects
5.
Will.
Yes, it does. It affects all of his stuff. Chronic pain. But you get a +5 because you're in combat. So so that's +3. So, but since it's greater than 13, the die roll, it's technically a fail. So you're just like stunned momentarily, like, what the hell? You don't have any issues, anything like that. This thing, as it's climbing into the sky, it is making that weird shrieking noise that all of the other vampires are going to end up picking up as well and starting to shriek. This dude is limping along, and Eric is going to hear him suddenly make this weird shrieking noise. It's like, what? You haven't heard this one before. Let's see, but he is trying to. At this point, he is looking desperately around. If you looked at the layout of the, or not the layout, but the arrangement of the hospital, jumping out the window and trying to escape from or you go down the hospital was kind of a dumb idea on my part, because, well, it's sort of on a hill.
And it's wide open.
And it's wide open. So he should have went inside and tried to eat some nurses, but he was starting to panic. Okay. So, the one that you have been fighting, takes a step back from you, and you will know, step back from you. I cracked myself up. And will dart away, like, while making the weird shrieking noise as well.
Okay.
All right,
I'll-
the one. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. No.
No, it's not your turn.
Gotcha.
The one that that hurt his shot in the head, was wobbly, starts making a shrieking noise. It really, really hurts hurts ears. Oh wait, yeah, you have ultra hearing, don't you? I need you to make a health check, please.
Oh, that figures. Sorry, I haven't had to do one of those in a while.
Okay, so that really freaking hurts your ears. I mean, not so much that you're incapacitated or anything, but you can almost make out like a sort of language that, clearly it's at a much higher pitch than people should normally be able to hear, but you can't quite make out what is being said. But this thing is going to try to go out the front door by, just sort of ramming its way through the door. And, I'm not even going to make any rolls for it. It's just going to, cause some doors to go down. But it's not going very fast because, well, it's been shot in the head, like at least twice, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a parting shot. Figure that
is at this point, it is facing away from you, so I cannot do any dodges.
And that means I got the behind the head skull shot. Let's see. We'll do 3 more just to be safe. That's going to be that and that and that. And I think that's it.
Okay.
All right.
So you shot me 3 times in the head, and once that was a crap roll.
Yeah, it really was.
Actually, none of them were particularly great.
Well, combined, I suppose. Probably still not enough to kill the damn thing.
Damn, that's a lot of damage you guys have done to that guy.
Then Finlay
Alrighty.
sets her hair on fire.
Indeed.
By God, one of them's not going to make it out.
Earn.
Okay, so this is what I realized I should have had Hurt do. Also, give me an IQ check, please.
I can do IQ. Whatever
Burn.
it is.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so after a heartbeat, you realize you could when you're like, I think I understand that. I think there was something basically doing the to me, my children sort of thing.
Ooh.
All right, so ignite fire. Okay, so it's readily flammable. So cost. Okay. So right. So in particular, I think it's funny under ignite fire in magic. It says in particular, it will not set fire to a living being. Well, I'm like, well, technically, this thing's not alive. I swear, I thought they had combustible, but I'm actually not seeing it.
But they're unliving, so it won't set.
No, I'm wondering. I will have to double check with a different thing. I'm wondering if they gain the combustible thing the older they get, because
right.
they're like more dried out and such like that.
That would make sense.
Okay, let's see. But still, I think it's funny that he's finally trying to use some magic. So, yay on him. Let's see here. So, fire does double. Yes, I am aware of the time. That's why I was trying to find that really quickly. Let's see. So, it is part of it is so you're not particularly super awesome at this stuff, and you can see that it's like smoking, but it hasn't actually caught fire yet. You figure as long as you like sit there for a bit, it will probably eventually catch fire.
Then sit I shall.
Okay, so for all intents and purposes, the combat has come to an end, and there are going to be multiple casualties in town. There are, but thankfully there were quite a number of people that just pulled their firearms and went, nah, bro, not tonight. And started
so we had
shooting
more
back.
fireworks.
There was a lot of fireworks, and there is, needless to say, there's going to be a lot of people going, "What just happened?" and it is the later version. They get fragile combustible. Damn it! This one wasn't quite old enough because it would have been quite a bit scarier if it had been. The several of the vampire, I have no problem with Eric. You can eventually probably track down, pursue the one that's limping down, and potentially catch him. He may disappear. He may not.
That would be the idea. It's at least plug him a couple rounds, reload my gun, do another 7 rounds because he's probably running away from me. So it's all in the back. So no dodging.
Yeah. And in addition to that, he's only moving at like 3 because he's really messed up. He's in the 0 hit points at this point. Sadly, though, the one that Mark was fighting is the only one that didn't go into the negatives.
Well,
we're super disappointed in you, Macarthur.
I'm disappointed in me too.
Super disappointed.
As you should be.
So most of the, pretty much all of the vampires are going to manage to escape. Maybe one does not. Looks like not positive because he can't actually turn into a bat. And the town of Apocalypse is going to be doing the what the hell just happened, and inevitably you're going to have weird excuses and that don't really make any sense.
Terrorist
attack? Rabies.
Yeah, it totally may have been a terrorist attack. What Finlay will very quickly learn soon after this, the craziness has died down, is that the grimoire is gone. It was literally ripped out of the evidence locker by a different vampire when the 2 that went in there and was causing all sorts of trouble. Although he's not necessarily going to have confirmation that it was a vampire. It's just like when the sheriff's guys look at the damage that was wrought to the evidence locker, they're going, who is strong enough to do that sort of thing? And he's like, oh, wow, maybe this whole crazy thing was something of a distraction, maybe? Which does come to bring to mind the PCs that actually have hidden lore vampires. I think there's 3 of you. Will immediately, upon the everything, the dust settling and everything sort of calming down and such like that, and people no longer trying to tear your throat out or eat you, will immediately realize this made 0 sense. The whole attack, because the Black Court isn't this stupid. Attacking all of these people in broad daylight like this, or not broad daylight, but in the open like this, is a very good way to draw attention you do not want to draw to yourself. So it is frankly mind-bogglingly stupid of them. So, okay, I will keep in mind that with the amount of damage that you can probably do to him, honestly, you can probably walk up there and shoot him in the back of the skull, like 2 or 3 times. Oh, wait, no, you're using a 50, a Desert Eagle. You do that, that may be classified as a decapitate. But the amount of damage that thing can do, you probably can incapacitate him, and I will keep that in mind, that you may have a vampire locked away in somewhere. I have no idea where, but may have a poor vampire that's like locked up and being, I don't know, operated on or tortured or whatever it is you're going to be doing. because you're crazy.
Well, his task is to figure out who the head vampire is in this area. So by getting one of
head
the
vampire looked like a child, apparently.
well, I don't know that yet.
You may learn it.
So I will probably, by getting this hospital vampire, I can interrogate it and everything else and get more information from it.
And so the camera or the screen will briefly go dark as everybody's like looking around at all the chaos. You've got people doing triage and first aid and such like that to the wounded, and some of yeah, we're gonna have to put that guy down. I'm gonna have to decapitate this guy when he gets into the gets in there and such like that. But then it will the screen will come back up and it is showing the Old King refiner, where there's the various sirens and such like that that are going on, and this is very clearly in the middle of the crap that you guys were already in the midst of. And the camera sort of goes in. You've got a ripped up front gate. You got a bunch of people that have are either dead or just all sorts of messed up. Quite a number of them are still moving, but they're like, ow. And we continue going deeper into the actual refinery. So it's like basically into the interior of said refinery, and once again you've got people that have been tossed aside. Doesn't look like as many dead people, but they there's the refinery's definitely sort of powered down at this point. And we finally come to the camera finally comes to what is basically a mining elevator. And this refinery should not have a mining elevator. But standing in front of the elevator is a individual that some of the PCs will actually recognize. And she sort of gestures, makes some Doctor Strange sort of hand gestures, and the mining elevator is just torn open. And you can hear weird noises coming from inside, and there's a strange light, and she steps in there and just sort of drops into the darkness. And that is where we're going to end it. So all active players will get 2 character points. We will pick up next week with Ronki's GURPS Conan campaign. So for those of you on the stream, thanks for watching. If you are watching and have questions, corrections, general complaints, suggestions, some heckling, only good-natured, we don't want bad heckling. Feel free to leave a comment on the video or find us on either Discord or the cancer that is Facebook. And we thank you again for watching, and Olympus Gaming bids you good night.
Bye.
See ya.